Hello, stream. Tournament bracket. Let's look at this bracket, chat. Let's look at this bracket so we can see what match we're casting right now. This amazing match. It's modded out versus the clubbing. According to the organizer and the mod maker, it's modded out is probably considered the team to win it all. Today, they're playing on... What are they playing on?
They are playing on allies today.
They are playing on the allies. They're playing on the allies. And then we have the clubbing, which has been, that's a group of people that I even know. Old HOI4 gang, same group of people playing together, switching servers, but always the same people playing on the Axis. And according to Radar, this is the third best team of the league. So we should have a really exciting match today, unlike the match that we watched on Friday that I didn't broadcast because I was half asleep. But this should be a very, very interesting match today. Leonard, thoughts?
I mean, I know most of them because we used to play the GDU, the old GDU, together, and some other mods. So the Japan player, definitely know that one. IGB. Just have to find the Bobby Pin. What is Bobby Pin playing? He's on Germany. Oh my god. And Kirky as well. That's funny.
This is so cursed. I don't see any of the players in the chat box. This normal, maybe?
The chat box?
Yeah, if you open the chat in the bottom left, there's no one.
I see all of them. Okay, but you see the flags and then the names there? Also no. Huh?
No, I just see 1, 2. I see Radar, IGB, I see Kirky, I see Stop, I see Benson, I see Snowman. I know Benson and Snowman. I know of them.
So
I think I played a game with them
The issue is that
once.
you just scroll too fast because the scroll bar is a bit fast.
Oh, you're
if
right.
You drag the scroll bar down.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow. Yeah.
Bobby Pin. No idea who Gringo is.
Wait, what is going on?
Did
Did you just see that? Germany got the same tech like 10
what?
times just now.
Oh, that's juggle tech.
Jungle.
It's
tech.
actually a funny thing. It's a bit bugged. The AI likes to research it. I mean, we've seen a second. Czechoslovakia last game they spammed it, and then I went to the nation for a few seconds, and I had to press away, I don't know, 50 pop-ups or something. I got to spam enter
for jungle
to
tech. What is
funny.
that?
Jungle tech.
Oh.
So jungle is basically it's a tech that takes less than 1 day, so it's always instant. And then it frees up the research slot again because Paradox forgot the cancel research button. And that one is important if you want to juggle tech. You know what? Remember what juggle is? The saving up the days.
Oh, it's a juggle tech. It's a tech
Yeah.
for juggling, specifically in the mod.
Yeah.
Where do you find it?
Yeah. It's in your industry research tab, I guess. Yeah. It's basically in any
Juggle
And we're
tech.
live. Attempt number 2.
Oh, so
Fun?
it's a tech specifically just for canceling something, so you can juggle.
Just to cancel the research slot. Because Paradox forgot the exit button.
I mean, it's not that. It's that it was supposed to be an exploit at the beginning. Like people, it wasn't supposed to be something people do, but then everyone started doing it. Okay, so people thought about removing it by lowering the days you can hold your research, and then everyone settled on
So-
let's just allow it. And make
Funny
it
thing,
easy.
now that we talked about juggle, why is Germany not juggling?
Great dishonor.
Do the allies do that? So Hungary does it? So it's definitely still a meta thing.
America's not
And it's
juggling.
45 days saved.
UK's not juggling. France is not
Like,
juggling.
usually I always favor the Euros, but at this time, it might be the Americans. that are my
Spain.
favorite team.
Spain is juggling. It seems the Axis are juggling. Allies are not. Actually, just kidding.
I mean, it's also a lazy thing.
USR is doing it too.
Why are the spice paused again?
It's not paused for me. British Raj is juggling. Japan is not. So he just lays out his naval invasions day one, huh? No, he didn't do that.
No,
did he?
as
He
I
did
said,
it,
like
yeah.
these naval invasions, they are like the standard thing to do that the allies cannot really stop. So
you just do
Japan.
it on
So
your board?
Japan usually has the early advantage with Dockyard IC. So he will have more like last game. Last game he had more Dockyard IC until N42. I mean, maybe the USA player didn't build enough dockyards. I cannot judge, but it was N42 until he was actually able to contest the Navy.
No, that's about
Yeah.
normal. That's about tries. It depends on how many more dockers you have than Japan.
So you
That-
basically have a bit of a free roam at the beginning, right?
Yep.
As Japan. So what you want to do is you want to take the islands as fast as possible, so you can focus on the real targets, which would be Australia, India, and New Zealand, I guess. And maybe Papua is still a fortress for the allies.
It's pretty
least
interesting
last
that
game we tried to
New
defend
Zealand
it.
can be played, but today no New Zealand player. The other game we
They
watched,
have-
there
they have
was
a
a New
bit-
Zealand.
They can choose a bit. I think today they didn't even go for Norway, so I guess they just take people on Soviet.
Yeah, they're gonna be stacking 7 people on Soviet.
What?
Yeah.
I
So
know,
no
they're
Norway, no Northern New
getting-
Zealand. 7 USSRs.
They're getting 6 Soviet and they're getting 2 USAs.
Okay, so they have to basically sacrifice miners for more co-ops.
Pretty much, yes, because
But-
allies have more people, more IC, and otherwise it's just gonna be unfair hands-wise.
Yeah, but
But I was told that Norway, if it's actually a player,
it does
isn't
big
doing
impact.
anything.
Oh, it doesn't do
It does.
anything.
Is AI scripted to not do any research or focuses?
No, AI is completely killed off.
Oh, so you just
some
should
of the
annex
AIs.
immediately.
No. I think Norway has no AI on. It doesn't. I will fix it.
What do you mean?
Norway is not as a player. Like it's no AI.
Yeah, they all should be no AI.
No.
Just keep it as is. Don't.
Like, it's a player. Like it's bugged out.
No,
I
he's
mean,
saying
like,
that's on
right-click Norway?
he's saying that's on purpose.
You can see it's a player. It's not on purpose. They would never be able to do that.
But he just said it was
Like
on
in
purpose.
comparison to Czechoslovakia and Austria, they are researching and building stuff and building stuff.
For
And
Norway, it
isn't.
is on purpose. It's an action. It's basically dead if it's a playable country.
So it doesn't
so-
research anything,
No, it doesn't. It shouldn't.
and it doesn't build anything,
Yes, shouldn't.
and it's a player on it.
There
Like
is
if
no
you
player
right click
in
it,
what
do you
on
see the
about.
player flag on the negotiate
no,
market access?
No, I don't.
It's AI off.
It's a it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
player.
What
Once
are you
What's
on
it?
about?
there is no player there.
There is no player in Norway. What, Leonard? What are you?
I'll send you a
taking the
screenshot.
pills.
Makes it easier. And you know what I mean. And then check that with a real AI company.
I don't think they're sacrificing anything on New Zealand, honestly, because
Yeah.
it's just incredibly vulnerable to
I
an
mean,
invasion.
last game New Zealand had more troops out than Australia.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's
and then the
their
game that we
escalation.
watched, New Zealand just spent his entire army defending his island and doing nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So, yeah, Leonard, I don't have that icon. I think it's bugged out for you somehow.
No, I
Schizo
disagree.
Leonard.
So today's co-caster is Schizo Leonard. It's not normal Leonard, it's Schizo Leonard.
What is Gizzo, Leonard?
Schizo Leonard.
Gizzo. I'm absolutely right about this.
You know, like
Ah,
you know
I
how
guess
It's not doing
yeah,
any
you are.
focuses.
you know how like
You
there's
are,
like
Leonard.
Dr. Mario and
And I can show you I can fix it.
And yeah, no, we believe you, Leonard. Don't worry. Sit
but
down,
Not
he's
the
Leonard.
saying
nation
that's
again?
on purpose. He's saying that's on purpose. Oh, it has AI now. It's building. It's building a civilian factory and it's doing continue Nagadavord's government.
Check this
One
out,
second.
Leonard. You see that?
See what?
Look at my Discord stream.
I think
See,
Leonard
it's-
is
it's
making the game
AI.
paused.
I am not pausing the game.
It's
No,
a Raider.
but you
Yeah, I
you
fixed
put
it.
AI on the nation that he said there should be no AI on.
It's
And he made him go.
This is the way it's supposed to be.
fine. I'll do it
Because you
myself.
cannot disable AI in the mod. You know, either there or not. It's just when the
Okay.
player clicks on it.
Pause a second. So what do you do? Do I join as Norway? I mean, I can take over control and then I leave and rejoin. What's the matter? Can
What's
you
the point of that?
enable?
Leonard is
disable
actually
the
a
AI,
troll,
I
chat.
think.
Trust me, it's the way it's supposed to be. How would the mods disable the AI in the first place?
I don't know either, but
It was their last game as well.
can we get
On
Norway
Norway?
here? Let me move him.
Can we just
Yeah.
continue with the Norway AI?
Trust me, I'm not making this up. And the game's paused because something else, because Dodgem disconnected.
I feel like low key you're making some stuff up.
Continuing with Norway AI.
So why did Dodgem disconnect? Do you know?
Nope. Let me go and ask.
Leonard, you're Frankfurt German, right?
No.
Berlin?
Further west, next to Cologne.
Oh.
Aachen.
You're
City.
Aachen. Yeah. Aachen German. You're Westphalian German.
It's basically on the border to like Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany. There's this three country corner. That's where I live.
Okay, I know a
Like
Hanover
A
German.
few hundred meters away from
I
them.
know a
Yeah,
Frankfurt German, and I know an Essen German now.
I actually drove to, when Denkos visited me in Germany last month. We drove to Hanover to meet other people from HOI
From Hoy.
and play from House of Iron and play paintball with them.
Paintball?
Yeah, and I was very good at it.
Yeah, you were getting everyone?
Yeah, why not getting shot basically? I don't know.
So
It felt like plot armor.
Dodgem crashed, is joining back, and France had 12,000 ping. So he crashed, understandably.
That's not a big
I
deal.
assume he's coming back. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, his research is a bit slow. He's missing out on days.
Yeah,
Sounds like a France problem.
I bet it is.
Historical. Just playing historically. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. It's your time to become a HOI4 degen again. You can play with the likes of Leonard and
You know the fun part is
Sal.
last game we were dancing in 30 minutes, and now we are still in 36. It's a bit sad.
You were in Danzig in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
That is insane, dude.
Speed.
Who made this mod?
I mean,
So allies have used the the pause thing because the France was lagging because people can't restart the steams before the game. And I'll be back. I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'll explain in a second.
I don't think that's how it works. I mean, that's it's fast. It's 30 minutes because there's no Spain or China war, so I make it longer.
Yeah, obviously.
And you know, even though it's fast, like if you take over to Hungary, people still have time to play minesweeper. And every time they win in minesweeper, they steal one civ from Germany, the Axis nations.
What happens if they lose?
Nothing.
Why can you play Minesweeper? He lost. He lost again.
You have an easier time.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, there's a bomb
You know
there.
how it works, right?
Yeah. There's a bomb there. There's a bomb there. And he lost again. He's not playing this right. Hungry
I
player.
think he's just randomly picking it. When I was a child, I did the same.
He's not playing Minesweeper properly.
The sad part is in the observer mode, you cannot play minesweeper. And last time we had a France mass assault build. But this time it looks like he's doing tanks. Is he doing tanks? Or is he just
so
support
1,
light
2,
tanks?
3, 1, 2, 1. If it's gotta be here, then another one here, then another one here. This is
What are you doing?
Minesweeper. It's safe to click here.
Are you still watching Hungary?
Yeah. Habibi, you should try SFU. Thoughts, Leonard, on SFU? There's one here.
It's a TFB clone.
It's a TFB clone.
But it's more in the direction of competitive.
But can you play Minesweeper in SFU?
I'm
Right
not
now
sure
watching
about
the
it. I don't think
live view of Hungary player playing Minesweeper. If he wins, he steals one factory from Germany, one civ. Can the Allies play Minesweeper?
I have no idea. I also made the thing up with the Civ, but I think it's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
And it
Let's
would
just
cause
say
some
that's
tension in the
true.
team.
Yeah. If you have someone
you
that's
on it?
really good on Minesweeper, suddenly they take the entire German industry. That'd be very funny.
That would be meta.
That'd be meta.
It would be meta. And the others could steal from USA.
He's stuck. He's stuck. Oh, he lost. He lost.
You know, you get the world champion of Minesweeper that doesn't even play HOI4. You buy him a HOI4, bring him in, just have him as co-op.
Why is that a thing, dude? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Watching hungry players struggle to play Minesweeper is so fun. It's paused now, but
So
at least you can watch him play
originally-
Minesweeper.
We were thinking about adding, I mean, lots of years ago, adding chess between like Germany and Soviet Union. Okay.
Isn't there a thing in the workshop nowadays?
I'm pretty sure it is, you know, but I don't know if it was already there when we were thinking about it. And the idea was basically have a Germans versus Soviets game on chess from like 36 up until 41, and the saves or like military buffs were contended, but would have been not good for the game.
Yeah. By the way, look at the French templates. Do you think these are real templates?
Let's see which one. The Maginot.
Like the motorized infantry template one, also the spawner template.
Spawning, I think.
Light tank destroyer. This looks like a spawn-in. France has spawn-ins though.
No, I mean
never
it could
mind.
be just a starting template.
Starting template, yeah. Because he has 0 of these
He's
templates on the
actually
field.
recruiting.
But he's building that
building
tank
them.
destroyer, so he's probably
He's building them. He's building
so they are-
30
they're
of
probably
them.
real. The only question is, are they gonna
Okay.
have stats later on?
So South Africa has crashed. He's joining again. If there's going to be anything else, the Axis is going to get compensation for, well, pretty much stalling.
Okay. I mean, is using light tanks probably just to get the piercing and some heart attack, but it's not even.
Yeah,
that
what are
important.
these stats aren't real, dude. 66 piercing though.
I mean, yeah, because piercing is, you know, always the highest value in the mod. So, but I think it's not complete. It's probably going to add more companies. I mean, probably he has some weird strategy in his mind that he thinks is absolutely the meta, and everyone's dumb for not thinking about it, which could work.
He needs
Who
to pick a
knows?
different model though. I don't like his model that he has selected. It's a grief. Thoughts?
The important stuff.
That's what's important. France player is I'm surprised he's building these light tanks in the first place, making 6 a week. Is that gonna be enough though? He's building 30 divisions. He's lacking 10k
It's gonna go up.
motorized.
I mean,
It is
you
36
can have
though.
over it. Just 7,000 days, and he's at full stock.
7,000 days. Yeah. So in
But,
1956
you know, he's
he'll
probably
be ready.
building military soon.
In 1956 he'll be ready. Great time to be ready.
It's probably gonna go up. I don't even know if he can convert, but I mean, probably yes. Probably.
So the
can
big
convert.
question is infrastructure worth it?
Where does he build the infrastructure? In like his colonies?
No, I mean, no, he's no one is building infrastructure. As far as I can see. So I was wondering
Is
if
there
it's
any
worth it.
decisions for infrastructure and colonies? He can grow rubber plantation in Madagascar. He can do
I guess there are
building
some
slots in
focuses, but I don't think there's
Cameroon.
special decisions for that.
No special decisions. Feels bad.
And super heavy battleships seem to be the meta.
They used to be because of
That
nuking
is easy,
battleships.
So how can you counter them?
So okay, I'm not really
Right.
up to date, okay, but I can tell you about the you know, the general idea. As far as I can remember, it's always a matter of, you know, carriers in the Pacific should be able to beat super heavies that should be able to beat battleships. But then again, I don't know
Oh,
because
so we
Italy
have
is a
a-
special.
So we have like a rock paper scissors navy mechanic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's what all the modders claim to have.
However,
But usually it's
usually
one
it's
big
not.
rock that
just
beats
get-
all the other
yeah.
rocks.
Just build light cruisers, guys, right?
No. That doesn't work here. So Italy has a special navy designer. Again, I don't know how it changed.
That's what
but it
Japan
probably
is
should be
doing.
the same. Yeah, no, Japan does have like Yamatos, I think, by himself. I don't know if he's
Yeah, he
building
built
Yamatos
a
or
carrier,
Endgame.
he built some other thing, but now he's just spamming light cruisers. He's building one like every couple days. Because he can
Oh,
put
but that's
50 IC on one.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
but
he's probably
there is-
not building battleships yet because he doesn't have battleships. He
Yeah,
has to do his
exactly.
focus first.
it's the best thing like he can build. He's gonna build. I mean, if the build is the same, he's gonna build battleship 3s after that, and then he's gonna get 8 carrier 3s, and that's it. And then he's gonna start again with light cruiser 3s, and so on.
Yeah, he's really gapping right now with the naval dockyards, but that's what Japan does. That's what you guys were saying. He starts early game,
Yeah.
gets a dockyard lead, and by the start of the war, he has a little advantage, but then eventually America surpasses it, right?
Yeah, the starter war it has a huge advantage, both in terms of stats, okay, admirals even, and IC. So America just has to hide and try to, counter him as much as they can without losing the whole fleet.
What
But
are
then
these
later
admirals,
on,
dude? What the heck?
well, yeah, they are big boys. America gets, I think America gets Nimitz in 42, if I well remember. And Nimitz is very strong. Japan has the lead in admirals at the beginning, and the Americans get a equal admiral by 42. But usually by then the U.S. fleet is like late 42 is enormous.
So
It depends on the
ally
build.
right now. Allies are getting penalized for the hot joins. Wait, and now Germany's playing minesweeper. Is he doing better than Hungary? Let's see if he can win. Hungary still is yet to win a minesweeper game. Okay, so there's one there. There's one there. There's one there. That makes 4. Then there's probably one there. And then one there.
So, gentlemen, South Africa was annexed. Germany received compensation because the guy could not play due to the instability in his internet.
Sorry about that. There's this lollipop that I have that it's a really big lollipop, but it's all has like colored dyes in it, so it's like really bad for kids. Can give them ADHD. Do you know about that?
What color dyes? What do you mean? Why would a dye give a kid ADHD?
Red dye 20 gives kids ADHD.
What is the red dye 20?
It's like a chemical that they put in food to make it red.
Do we have that in Europe?
It's banned, I think, in the EU because it gives kids ADHD, but it's still used in America.
But ADHD means you can give them more medicine.
It means you can
you know?
you can give them amphetamines.
Are you
yeah.
sure? Are you sure it gives them ADHD?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what the
makes them
doctor said.
distracted? Okay.
That's what the doctor said.
I
Avoid
do
red
have
dye
it.
20.
So your kid
Red
has
dye
ADHD?
40. Red dye 40. Yeah.
I do have ADHD, but it's just brain being wired differently from from your birth.
Probably you had a
My
lot
brain
of
is
red
also
dye
wired
40.
Or
differently.
Dude.
maybe I
in a
had
good
too
way.
much red dye. Yeah.
You had too much red dye, dude. That's why you're ADHD now. Me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would be more worried about the sugar, to be honest.
How much red dye do you eat usually?
So
I see
Americans,
it
they
by the
don't buy
bottle.
fruit, they buy dye.
Yeah. You just straight out of
And
the
then
can,
they mix it with water and sugar, and then they drink it. It's called Kool-Aid.
It's called Kool-Aid. Yeah, we drink red dye 40 with water.
And sugar. Kool-Aid was super, super sweet.
Germany has given up on Minesweeper, by the way. Hungary's still trying.
Soviet is actually brave.
last-
He's building Kharkov.
It's probably the
Last
most
time Canada was air
important
controller,
thing
but
going on.
now it looks like he's doing tanks.
Yeah, so tanks is something that normal Canadas usually do.
Yeah, air controller is
Yeah,
a
I
bit
have to say
boring, though.
this,
Imagine being air controller. This sounds so boring.
Oh, back in the day, it was the most normal thing to do. It was Canada
know.
air controller versus Hungary air controller.
Yeah.
And these two nations, they were just doing, the only thing they were doing is swapping air zones.
Yeah, I
And
know, but that
UK's
sounds
entire
so
build
boring.
was to put all the factories on air, and then maybe in 42 build a land army. And then basically be navy controller and supply controller. That's all you did.
Yeah,
Germany was always
that-
fine because you had the tanks.
that sounds really
Interesting.
boring. Like I would,
Guys,
I would
look-
only play Germany if I was in the old days.
Fair enough. Look at the Italy. Italy is already investing a lot of IC into dockyards, considering that UK has invested approximately 0.
Yeah, UK is
So
going right
Italy
into
is planning
mills.
to do. Yeah, UK has already started building mills. They're going for a stacked fat Africa gameplay, whereas Italy is planning to do something with their navy,
But-
I believe.
Yeah, 37 UK building mills is very normal. But Italy going into the docks, this means that he's gonna try to contest the Mediterranean more on the naval ground. But what boats is he gonna build? A super heavy battleship.
Super heavy.
I think they're all spamming that one.
I mean, in the mat, I guess.
I don't think
it
it's
works.
rock paper scissors, guys.
It's the big rock.
Well,
I mean,
it is.
if
It's
you
a rock.
take
It's a
if
big
you take
rock. It goes through
the-
paper.
I mean, doctrine is a big, is a big thing. So if you, for example, take the U.S. fleet that is built for the Pacific with carriers and a different doctrine, okay, and you make it fight, and generally bigger, you make it fight the Italian fleet in the Med, it's probably gonna die. Like the U.S. fleet is gonna die. But if you take the Italian fleet outside of the
You're
Med,
listening to yourself, right?
you know, it's.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So the thing is,
Thoughts
You're
on my
listening to
chat
yourself.
saying that.
The
Thoughts on my chat saying Gerbaldo is the dumbest Italian HOI4 player. That's from my
Did-
chat.
okay, did-
That's from my chat.
Did Musa write it? Did Musa
Yeah, he
say
did.
it?
How did you know?
Yeah, it's Musa. Of course. Yeah, because it's a,
How did
it's a
you
guy
know?
from the Discord. I play in. It's
Okay.
yeah, because it's the only guy probably that knows the Gerbaldo term. So, moving on.
I
No,
don't
but if you take the Italian fleet and you bring it outside
yeah,
in the
back
Red
to
Sea,
yours. The
it's gonna
USA
die.
the USA fleet is 300 occupants. Italian fleet is like 60 or something.
Yeah, but the
Nothing
Italian fleet
stands
starts
USA
earlier.
fleet.
I know,
Uh,
but the thing is that again, if the UK fleet goes for carriers and the Italians go for battleships, and the battle happens outside of the Med, Italy dies, and so on. It is rock paper scissors, but it just heavily depends on country and like
so let
Maybe
me
that's
explain.
another
and
reason
field.
why battleships are getting super heavy battleships are getting spammed, because there's the Mediterranean fleet, so Mediterranean sea terrain, and that makes carriers useless.
Yeah, that is
Exactly.
the point. That's the
That
point.
is the
That's
point.
what I was
So
saying.
can you still
And
counter battleships with torpedoes?
You
Or
can
would they
count
never get
with,
really
But
straight?
you're
you
saying
can
that about
counter them
America's Pacific fleet having carriers, but America is also building super heavy ships, battleships.
Yes, America is building super heavy ships, but America is building them on a base trick doctrine. Fleet in Bean is way better for the battleships, approximately 10 to 15% better. And also, Italy has the best MAO in the game for Navy for heavy ships.
Ah.
So
Battleship line
that's
builders.
exactly why. That's exactly why the Italian Navy is usually one of the strongest, if not in the strongest, in the Med. So how USA can counter that, they can spam heavy cruisers and light cruisers for light attack, and once the screening line dies, the torpedoes destroy everything, completely everything.
Interesting. Interesting.
And the Axis started building mills. The minus is still safe greeting. So last game we saw Bulgaria having a stronger eco than Romania.
Oh,
But now
Hungary
it
won
seems kinda even.
minesweeper.
Really?
Yes, go look
No
at
way.
Hungary. He won.
Is it the win thing?
Or did he win?
Couldn't there be like another bomb below the flags?
No, the flags
be.
mark a
And like a
bomb.
free tile?
I think maybe there's a
Yeah,
free
no.
tile somewhere. That's not the win
I never
screen.
finished the Minesweeper game, so I don't know how it ends.
The guy gets glasses if you win. I don't know if they get that in the mod.
So, gentlemen, it's already December 37, and Germany decided to go for the early treaty with the USSR, which gives Soviets the tank discount. And they're going for a Anschluss, which is kind of on time. So the build so far looks promising. But the Soviet is building 200 civs, which is kind of greedy, consider the realities from GDU. I can say that with 200 civs, you might have problems in 41 if you don't have adequate controllers on the
I mean,
Soviets.
I actually think that like last game, the Soviets instantly built mills, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
they had
bad.
like a super high aircon for Barb, but they got traded down so extremely fast that I'm looking really forward to see these Soviets here with the 200 civs in comparison to what did they have, 120 civs or something? Like, it was ridiculously low.
They didn't build a single one, so that's exactly why. Yeah, that's exactly why they had issues. So
And then they got like they started. The air was 20,000 planes, so or maybe it was 18k. 18k was a 6k on Germany because Germany was constantly trading with allies.
Yep.
First, it took them a year until they broke France. I think they broke France in mid 40 or something.
they
And then
broke
they
France
still.
in in January 41.
Oh really?
Wait,
Okay, then it was even
Yep.
later than I thought.
Okay, one thing, I know you guys are talking about more important things, but why does Hungary have 0 IC?
What do you mean?
He's building nothing. It shows on my screen he's building nothing. Same
No,
with
he is.
Romania.
No,
Oh, I'm bugged. Okay.
I think you have the thing clicked
Yeah.
off in the.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it
Actually,
is.
clicked off.
think
You
what
clicked
I-
off the that you can see the production lines.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. Oh, and Schluss.
It's kind of interesting that
Anschluss.
the Hungary player doesn't assign the meals to the production lines. I guess he's used to play mods that don't have that.
I have
Oh.
no idea who this guy is. So.
Bit rude.
And Spain's doing a normal tank build, I assume. They're all civ quitting so hard.
Well,
There you
since
go.
the miners are only coming for Bob, there is no reason to build mills until mid 38 for Axis miners.
Yeah.
Like you can see Germany, for example. Germany is already going high on mills. They finished building civs like 4 months ago, so they're doing well.
And there's what,
I would say it's
50
a day for
dockyards
wine.
on
What would you say?
Wait, 50 dockyards on Italy, only 25 on UK. And by the way, UK is also building super heavy battleships. Everyone's just building super heavy battleships.
Basically, is the most cost efficient 1936 ship to build. You can go for BB3 or light cruisers 3s or heavy cruisers 3s when they are available. But before that, you just pretty much have nothing better to build.
Why does France not have a navy?
It's already integrated into UK.
You can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've modded it. We've modded it in. I think Gerard had done it some time ago.
What's the point of that?
What did you do?
That's not very historical, is it?
Gerardo, would you remind me
most of
when
the
you moved to
French fleet
the
was scuttled
French
and
Navy
Toulouse.
to UK?
The French? Oh, I didn't do that. I think Wolfram did it.
What was it for? I was under the
I don't
impression that
know.
it was under.
It wasn't
And
there.
who removed the Hugo uprisings?
I would never wish anything positive to France.
Exactly. That's why the French Navy was moved to UK.
Gerardo hates France because he played Germany a lot and he often got held in France.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Like
It's because
every
they...
second game got held.
Real
So
and
no,
true.
no, it's not that. But they have to die. They're supposed to die for the health of the game, and the fact that they do not willingly, lose is completely, lost on me.
There-
Like it's
There's
what's
even a
the
Tommy
point of a
K
France?
video of Tommy playing France against Gerardo Germany and he held.
What? That's made up.
No, that's true. I know that exact video. I can
Yeah, I
link it
remember the
later.
video. It was like the biggest encirclement in HOI history or something.
Yeah. Biggest encirclement in
Shoot.
HOI4 history. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta see that.
Encircled
Because I
Gerardo's
forgot
ego.
about it.
Chat, what happened to Vic 3? Ludi delayed again one more week because we missed half the lobby today. Next week should be good. So no Vic
Wow,
3
gentlemen,
today.
look at Japan without showing off his naval invasions. He's already starting to build mills. He's going low on docks. He's going to 160 dockyards. So
What?
he's going for an early kill everything build. So it means that USA will likely catch up to him in early 42 in terms of navy. So the Japanese window of opportunity is very small this game.
I wouldn't ignore the possibility of him making those invasions specifically because he knows someone might, watch them. So
True.
it may be a
Also
bluff,
true.
Maybe
That
he's
would be
going
smart.
for.
Also.
I mean, he may be going for Raj, considering he's going for heavy meals. Who knows?
So how many tank nations? Wait, they also have North South Africa?
Yes, so the South Africa was lagging, so
Oh, yeah. I remember.
South Africa was lagging, so it was decided that Germany is going to get civilian factories compensation, 5 of them, and South Africa was annexed to UK in late 36.
It's kind of bad for the others, right? That
That's
means
pretty
they have like 4
bad.
players in Africa.
That was like double
It's
whammy
very bad
bad.
for their allies. They are losing the set of hands permanently. They are losing powerful focus tree, a tank miner, and on top of it, Germany is getting compensation.
Why does Germany get compensation on top of that though? And also, is it normal for UK to build tanks? I'm guessing he has to now because he
Yes,
lost the tank miner.
It's normal to UK to build tanks and to lend lease them to usually Canada. That is absolutely normal. And who is lagging the game up? And so why Germany is receiving compensation? We are trying to make sure that that people have their replacements and people avoid doing annex builds because there is no way to tell if the person is really lagging or was it the plan all along to have an annex build. So it's kind of a
Oh.
deterrent from that. And on the other hand, it's just to make sure that teams are organized, have replacements ready, and ensure the quality of the tournament as well.
In general, it's more efficient to stack factories on one nation than on multiple.
Yeah.
Because it's easier
Yes,
to macro.
because don't forget, South Africa is not the strongest miners, and on not the strongest miners, you might not have your best players, and that might cause certain issues, such as putting a complete retard on a country just to annex him later. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it.
It's fine.
What?
Gerardo's not
Yeah,
here.
apologies.
What happened to Gerardo?
Gerardo is talking to some players in Voice 4. I believe
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, you are allowed to talk to the players if you're not talking about the game. So IGB is one of the old.
I mean, I
guard of
usually go
GDU.
to the teams and tell them when they get invaded or something, to give them a warning.
Yeah, yeah, and I also tell them
Definitely,
when they're about to get encircled too, and tell them
Yeah.
where their pockets are and if
And
they're
sometimes I
missing
even take
IC.
manual control to save them.
Yeah,
I'll be back in a second.
Just
Actually,
to
last game, I must have accidentally clicked on Soviet co-op, and like 1 second later, I was controlling their tanks.
I'll be
yeah,
back
you're co-oping with them. 1 second, guys. 1 second from the cast. I just need to finish this encirclement for them. Oh my god, epic encirclement! Tornado
I mean, actually,
watch,
like
dude.
sometimes you try because it's normal when you co-op someone, right? That you just interact with their micro, that you cross micro them, right?
Yeah.
So even when I cast, sometimes I select some tanks and just try to click with them, even though it doesn't work.
This guy is a menace.
And because
Leonard,
I
are
see,
you
I have to
okay?
click here now.
Leonard, are you okay? This
I'm
guy
okay.
is a menace. Leonard is a menace, guys.
Must be I
Leonard,
play so little HOI4 nowadays. I'm completely safe.
the story
one
of
game
Tornado
last month.
Watch. That guy doesn't like me. Tornado Watch hates me with a passion. He thinks that I'm
That is
egotistical
the
maniac.
Asian, right? Was it the Asian?
Asian?
Asian.
Tornado Watch is Asian? I don't think so.
He at some point. Okay, then I'm confusing you. He was like the original creator of GDU, and then started playing EU4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He
I'm
doesn't like
back.
me.
I
Well,
like you.
that
That's
we have
not
in
true.
common.
No, not you. Tornado Watch. He hates me, actually. He
Tornado
says
Watch.
some very choice words about me. Like that I'm a Muslim extremist.
Oh, that's thanks to you, huh?
Yeah. I have tattoos, by the way. Muslim extremist, by the way.
Well,
I have a request, by the way.
Tattoos are not allowed.
They're not allowed. They're haram. But I got them back in my edgy days. I don't get tattoos anymore.
Wait, Raider,
yes.
trade backing, is that allowed?
Trade backing is allowed, yes. That's fine.
Which country is doing
you
it?
sure?
Germany?
Yes.
Okay, let me see.
Unless they are trade boosting, that's not allowed.
Yeah, no, I mean Japan was buying one.
That's
think.
fine, I guess. Just it's not that. That's not that.
I
We
mean,
can
Finland's
let.
also buying, but they actually need the resources.
Who?
All fine.
Sorry.
He needs
All
the
fine, all
resources.
fine.
He needs the
Most
resources.
Finland. Yeah, he needs them. It's all fine.
So, Habibi, I have a question for you. So, I was in university and I got with a girl, and the next morning, I added her on Facebook, and her surname was Bacon.
Yeah.
That's haram.
Does
That's
it
haram.
consider to be haram?
Well, first of all, being with the girl is already haram. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
we should have married her. Second of all, yes, it's haram because bacon's in her name.
Yeah,
That means her
I see.
ancestors were bacon makers.
So
Yeah.
what if she's like very fat and looks like a pig?
What?
What? Is it also haram?
I mean, you're not gonna be eating her. I mean, maybe you are actually.
I did. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's haram, man.
It's
It's okay.
I need to go to the mosque.
Yes. Actually, that's
So
not
tattoos
necessary,
are
but
okay?
it's fine. They're not okay. They're not
How's
okay.
about alcohol? How about alcohol?
What is that? Uncle?
So no no alcohol in your world?
Alcohol. No alcohol. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't
Yeah.
you drink in Sweden?
I don't drink anymore.
Well,
I think I remember you drinking.
I
I'm
talked a lot
going to
about
hell, so
I talked
I
about a
drink.
lot of things when we're in Sweden that should not be shared on the stream.
Yeah.
Please.
I feel that I'm the only person.
I don't remember what you mean, by the way.
I'm feeling like I'm the only person in the HOI4 community who is missing out on everything. Like everyone has been drinking together, eating burgers together. But
What do you mean,
here
everyone?
I am modding the best mod in the history of this game.
Where are you from, dude?
Wait,
and
are
I
you
haven't-
modding other mods in GDU?
Huh? No.
Okay.
GDU is the best mod in the history of the game.
Radar,
I'm
where are you from?
originally half Ukrainian, half Lebanese. But
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're half
currently
Lebanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually moving in September there.
At
Not
some
sure
point you
how.
lived in the UK.
You're moving to
Right
Lebanon?
now, yes, right.
You're moving to
Yep,
Lebanon?
I'm moving to Beirut.
I will actually wait with that a bit.
I'll meet.
Personal
We'll
advice.
hang out. We'll hang out. We'll have burgers. I'm going to Lebanon in June next year.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, next
Nice.
year
I'm gonna be
sounds
3
somewhat safe.
weeks in Lebanon. It's fine, dude. It's Lebanon. Like, you know, I called my dad and I said, "What are you doing? Like, there's a war going to be started." He's like, "Well, tomorrow is beach day, so I'm gonna go to the beach." You don't stop your life just
Exactly.
because a war is about to start, dude.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? Sit at home and worry?
No, go change your home.
Change your home?
you know, I've seen. Look at the news in the UK, Leonard.
Is there gonna be a war?
We can also have a civil war here. I mean, it's the chances are low, but they're never zero. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, since you don't live in Lebanon, I would wait with traveling, but next year it's a long time.
No,
Everything
I
can
think
happen.
it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Turkey said to avoid the politics talk too long. Turkey said that they would land troops if a land invasion started. So I think that would stop. Because Turkey is a NATO member.
Wait,
Yeah, but
regarding
Israel is
what-
Israel.
are you saying? I mean, assuming that Turkey is the one sending units outside on an unsanctioned mission, then Israel attacking Turkish troops would not be considered
Article 5?
an attack. No, it's not Article 5.
Oh, okay.
And even then,
Gentlemen,
I think it's extremely unlikely that Turkey and Israel will fight.
By the way, it's
Uh,
39. It's
gentlemen,
39, by
yeah.
the way. 39. Let's not talk
Okay.
about this.
just one question. Habibi, Gerardo, and Leonard. After the GDU tournament, shall we host a tournament in Millennium Dawn?
How do you even
The
do that?
modern day mod, huh?
How do you even do
I
that?
have no idea.
I know a special Russian person that would like to join.
Yeah, and then he can show he can show the Burkina Faso delegates.
Yeah.
um,
I actually know
Radar,
about that.
Yes.
Radar, can you create a World War II mod on U4? Do you think that's possible?
Why? Why?
I think one
I think
of
you
my
have better chance to
modders.
create EU4 more than HOI4.
I mean, we could
That already
recreate
exists, by the way.
GDU in EU4, okay, and then we could do the same in Victory and CK2, and just
Well, we're already preparing for inevitable HOI5, and we're already
Okay.
preparing to make GDU in HOI5.
Okay, yeah, just
The
I get it.
legacy will live on.
Wait, last question, Radar. Do you speak Arabic? Taki Arabi?
نعم أنا أحكي عربي شوي. أنا ما في
Oh
هون
Lord.
كتير
Alhamdulillah.
practice. ولكن
Even Geraldo can tell that it's so broken. It's okay. Living
is
in Lebanon, it will get a lot better. Don't worry.
it's A2, B1 approximately. I have few senseis, ustazes, who I'm
So-
practicing with, but yeah, it's not good enough.
Okay.
I went to vacation in Egypt, okay, like 2 months ago, and and of
Sounds
course
horrible.
don't know anything in Arabic. No, it was Sharm el Sheikh. It was good enough, and it was April, so it was not good for.
Sharm
It
el
was
Sheikh,
not hot
that's
enough.
Different.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cairo. Horrible
yeah.
experience.
No. It was in April, so it was not hot enough to bathe in Italy, but it was perfect in there. So I just went to go to the sea early season. And the one thing I could say was I was they actually use the word Habibi. I actually I learned for the first time that it's not a made-up nickname. It actually means friend, and all the taxi drivers, the cab drivers were just spamming Habibi
And
to try and get
Yeah.
tip.
and did
They
they
do
say
some
did they
Habibi.
call beaches bitch? That was
No,
something when I
no,
lived.
they,
I
they,
went to Hurghada, and we kept asking them, "Oh, where's Sultan Beach?" And he was like, Sultan Bitch, Sultan
Nice,
Bitch. Oh,
nice.
Sultan Bitch. Yes, Sultan Bitch. You go here.
Some Tom bitch.
Hey,
What are you
gentlemen, I'll
talking
come
about?
back for the second. The UK co-op is going to join, and the Soviet co-op is going to.
All right.
By the way, can someone explain why Hungary is not doing any focuses? He could get in like steel or aluminium.
He's too busy playing
It doesn't look
Minesweeper.
bad. He's not. He all wants he. I think he once won and then he stopped.
Yeah, he won
I
once.
think
He
is
stopped.
okay. Or yeah.
He's maybe PP saving for
I'm
something.
actually. It's actually interesting that only Bulgaria does infantry, and maybe Finland. I didn't check Finland to be fair.
Oh, so it's not the standard Bulgaria Lend-Lease build? I feel like that is becoming the standard, right?
Also, wait, are they doing that?
I don't know. That's what that's what I've been informed, that it has become like a standard thing.
I mean, sometimes if nations don't have good enough research, it's easier to just focus on industry and one equipment, and then get expeditionaries from another country because then you're using their doctrine, and that way you can circumvent this bottleneck of research.
Oh wow. So you use, when you do expeditionaries, you use their doctrine. I didn't know that. You learn something
Yeah,
every day when you cast with
use the
Leonard.
doctrine of the owner, and also the country modifiers like your advisors. They also count. But your
And-
general, you still use your own general.
You still use your own general. Okay. So if they have
Because
like a
basically only the
modifier,
general.
if they have a modifier from their focus that gives like a medium tank attack, right? And you're using them, you get the medium
It's
tank
mostly
attack.
the advisors. For example, if you go to Germany, you have the division tech guy, Franz Halder, which gives 12%. And it's possible, I'm not saying that it's this case in this mod, but it's possible that Romania, for example, doesn't have this. They only
Okay.
have an expert they only have an expert, so they would be missing out on some stats.
It seems
12%, 7.5%.
Romania's
Quite a big difference.
on Yugoslavia duty.
Like in vanilla mods, this is extremely common. That some nations have good modifiers or something, and the rest has bad modifiers. And then you just stack everything on that one nation.
Huh.
And if your team is somewhat coordinated and well prepared, you can actually get good ratios with the industry because that's the biggest challenge.
I don't think Bulgaria's Lend-Leasing. He's building
I would
tanks.
assume-
Unless he's Lend-Leasing the tanks. That's
so
possible,
he has no
right?
template that involves the TDs or the AA. I mean the SAA. But so he's not planning to use them anytime soon, at least. So I would assume he's just Lend-Leasing them the moment the war starts.
What's up with the
Because then
45
Germany-
combat width, though?
So basically, he has the tech called backhand blow in mobile warfare. It decreases the combat width of your mech and motorized, and 45 becomes 40.
Backhand blow. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not a Lend-Lease build.
So-
He's researching doctrine. If he was Lend-Lease building, he wouldn't be getting doctrine, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Likely.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. It's
look
interesting
at
to
the
see
front,
these naval
so-
invasions from France.
By the
Okay.
way,
Maybe
talking
you
about
shouldn't show
France,
them.
Okay.
look at France. France is
True.
doing the typical tank destroyer spam that is
Typical.
currently the meta on GDU, because France starts with some light tanks, and France is guaranteed to die. These divisions are the ones who's gonna deal the most amount of damage to the axis.
They're pretty fast, too. 7.5 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. And he's building a lot of them. Like, he built 30 of them.
Yep.
30. He's
Attention.
got another 4
And
left to go.
All of them
6 left
all
to
of
go.
them completely pierces the Germany. Of course, he cannot click, and of course, he's going to lose a lot of AC. The AC trays are not going to be favorable for him, although it doesn't really matter, because once he caps, his divisions get deleted. So he's doing it only for the reason to make Germany suffer, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, you see, that's why I hate France.
Gerardo. Let's see at the other allies. The Canada currently have 8 tanks already.
Wow.
UK is still leasing them more, which means that they potentially going to get 10 to war. This is not going to compensate the 4 South African tanks. This is what I would expect my Canada to have in a competitive game.
So
But
is
not
UK
bad.
compensating though? Is UK compensating with his own tank divisions, or is he just lend-leasing them?
He's leasing them to Canada because Canada has more doctrine and better advisors. So Canada has the best tank advisors and the best tank general. As you can see, the Kenneth Stewart has 10 attack and amazing traits for a general.
Wow. John Murchie. What a national hero for the Canadians. So Danzig, we're very close to Danziger War. Molotov-Ribbentrop is happening right now. And after that, I'm guessing it's gonna be Danzig.
Indeed. Could be. On behalf of the Mo team, I apologize for the delay. The hot joins. But despite that, it went. It only took us
An hour.
55 minutes to get to this point, considering the rehost that we had. Well,
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, about an hour. That's pretty good. That's really good. You know, 1 hour into war, you can get a lot faster games like this. You can see pings from the Allied side. They're pinging the Italian forces in Africa. Allies probably thinking, whoa, I think Italy's joining with the Germans, guys. And also
Well, if
defensive divisions in
Italy
Gibraltar.
if
Iraq.
Italy joins the war early, they can take the French territories in Alps, in Bouches-du-Rhône, which is in Marseille, and Nice, and then they can take Tunis, Gabes, and Kasserine Pass in North Africa.
Danziger War is
massive.
happening. Danziger War is happening. That means the war is about to start. Chat.
These are the Italian tanks, and I will look at the Canadians.
And here we go.
Big through.
War has begun. And the Germans are on move command. They are using the automatic command here because, of course, Poland is AI. Very easy to kill. They're going to do just a quick maneuver, probably. Not even. One line of infantry everywhere. UK joins immediately. Same with France. And the war has begun. Of course, now we're going to go into the stalemate on the Maginot. Until he does around the Maginot, there's nothing going to be really happening here. Romanians still poised to do Yugoslavia as well to get that done for the Germans. Germans don't have to put their infantry divisions there. And there's no poking or anything happening here. No poking
Yesterday,
happening.
the Germany had 500 cas up, and now they have like 1,300.
Yeah, the air
And
situation.
I feel like that's kind of the reason they struggled so much in France yesterday.
Not to mention, this Germany has 7 more tanks with better.
He's making
Oh my god,
132.
the Germany player yesterday did one of the worst moves I've ever seen. Als Foster? Okay. So basically, you know where Cherbourg is? You probably do, right? The Romania got a landing there, and then Germany decided to move all the tanks into Cherbourg. But went all the way, lost like 4 tank divisions, and then died to no supply. That was like the biggest int I've ever seen. And they still managed to kill France and win the game. Took a while though.
Yeah, the Germans are outproducing in air right now. Yeah, they're barely outproducing on air. Actually, are they? They're lacking rubber.
I apologize.
No, they're actually getting outproduced. 3 a day.
Is it getting outproduced? Sorry.
The Germans are getting outproduced in air by 3 a day. Because this is their fighter right here, the improved small airframe. This is their fighter, yeah.
Yep. They should be outproduced in the beginning, but usually Germany just go way higher on air. And I believe the Americans make Italy to build more air for them as well. Let me check. No, not this game. Interesting. So
that's Poland done, by the way.
So what is happening is because Italy was incompetent. Germany is forced to build refineries for themselves. So it means that they're going to have less AC for Barb, which against a good team could cause issues.
Not enough oil in Romania, huh?
Romania has declared for Norway, but unfortunately, Romania. No, they do have the transport tech. Interesting. I'm completely lost.
They're waiting right now for naval dominance to commence pushing, but
Yes,
the Danish divisions are on the border. They're pushing them off. Obviously, they're just Danish AI. It's nothing serious here, and there's also no Norwegian
They're
player.
not even equipped.
They're not equipped. Yeah, they're not fully equipped, but it
But
should
it's
be
Norwegian
fine.
AI now defending Oslo.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
where are the speeches?
The speeches
speeches-
are removed for the tournament mode because it's not
Oh,
allowed by
okay.
Paradox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super
The super
events.
events. The
Yeah,
super events
Paradox
were
had some
also
problems
removed.
with some German politicians talking.
Oh
Yes.
yes, I understand that.
And
Ooh, look into the North Sea. The German fleet got caught and completely obliterated by the
Oof.
Brits, which means
you know, the
that
British, they know that their carriers are so bad that they just ignore them.
They're not even using them.
Like, they don't know
And they
there's
caught
no
him again.
planes
They
on
caught him
them.
again. They caught him again. Oh, the pride of the fleet is down.
So the thing, they're not using anything on the carriers.
Again, caught
because
again?
They
No.
can kill everything on the German. They can kill German navy really easily. So what's going to happen, which is not really good for Germany, is they can't really raid Soviets anymore. So it might create issues for them as well.
Would they even be able to take Norway like this?
Yeah, they already did.
Yeah.
they
They
already did.
landed into the Oslo.
Oh, and Oslo auto caps. Okay.
I mean, to be fair.
And around the Maginot is happening right now, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the battle for France. How quickly is France gonna fall here?
Oh, it really depends. I think this one has a chance to hold sometime.
I think they're gonna hold between 6 to 7 weeks. They have really nasty divisions to just take down German equipment. They are okay at holding the line. It's definitely not gonna be like yesterday. Although it's going to be way more costly for Germany in terms of equipment. Because these divisions can actually pierce German tanks, and if the division can pierce the tanks, it deals way more damage.
Yeah. Obviously. And that's it. Netherlands, Belgium down. No French troops in Belgium. Is that a strategy to hold the cities in Belgium and in Amsterdam? Not really, huh?
Sometimes. With this particular build, I would do it. With having 30 anti-tanks divisions, I would actually do it.
I thought he had more.
I don't know.
I think he deleted for IC, for supply, I mean. And yeah, they're getting pushed now. The northern France, Picardy is
they're
now
getting
falling.
super fast pushed here.
Yeah, they're getting pushed really fast. There's a whole... No, not yet. But once they get pushed here, they have depth. They have the depth here, but how's the air trade going?
This is the main line. These forest tiles and Picardy. And usually they should have shown bubble for Picardy, but I guess UK Navy is really killing the German Navy or something.
It seems the trades are going in the favor of Germany, the air trades. Italy still has yet to join. Italy, if they join earlier, they do get a buff. But they do risk...
Yeah.
They do get
And
a buff,
also
right?
Italy has, like, while France is still alive, they have to take Tunisia.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Italy doesn't get a buff, but if they do not join, they're not going to get Tunisia or Marseille or the tiles that they can take.
Oh, okay.
But if you look at France, yes, they already got pushed, but unlike
Here's where they make their
last
hold.
Germany,
And they're actually pushing back.
So Germany already lost 1,500 tanks in the span of 2 weeks. This is the beauty of this French build. You do not really survive too long, but you do a lot of damage against Germany, which is really annoying.
Yeah, there's the push back here. They're trying to retake a tile in Picardy while being pushed back here. And now the actual Maginot is being attacked. Are they bombing
Actually,
it?
right way, yeah, the losses are super high for Germany.
Germany is doing the same mistake as the Germany yesterday. There is no planning on the tanks. painful
I mean,
to
they
watch.
want momentum, so no time.
Yeah.
True, but at least draw
Oh,
something.
did not even have a front line.
Isn't there
Yeah.
multiple Germanys?
They have a
One
front
guy
line.
could do that real quickly.
4 Germanys.
Yeah, one guy
It's
could
the
do that
front
real
line.
quickly, honestly. Leonard, do it for them. No, I'm just playing, I'm playing.
Oh,
No, I'm playing.
France 4 weeks. So you know how France works, the holding. So the more France can hold, the more factories they get in
In their colonies.
in African France. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And they're doing okay. They've held so far 5 weeks since the around the Maginot. That's pretty good. Fall of Rome. The fall of Rome. Yeah, the naval invasions lift off.
I tried to look away from it.
Yeah, I did too.
they have a
After you
chance?
told me to.
So can they delete factories? That's the question.
Can they delete
No.
factories? No,
No.
they can't.
Yeah,
It's not
no.
possible to delete the factories.
I mean, there's a
they
button.
just- Huh?
There's a button.
No,
If you
the
hover over
button
it?
is not there.
They
Yeah.
only got a couple off, but then the counter naval invasions. Tunisia is now falling. Battle of
I saw
Africa
that.
is a stalemate. No one's pushing, no one's going. But in France, France
Oh.
is now days away. Actually, no, he's still doing good. He's only 8% towards capitulation because he's still holding his major cities.
And-
But there's a major hold in Dijon.
Germany already lost 3,000 tanks,
3,000. Oh
so
my god.
right now,
and all of them in combat. None of by attrition. How's that even possible? How much availability they have? 100%.
so
That's
could be below.
What did
Yeah.
you say, Leonard? Can you repeat, please?
Germany lost 0 tanks to attrition.
Yep, that's normal.
That means they have 100%
2,000 tanks.
availability.
2,000
I don't.
tanks. Every day goes by, more tanks. Oh, a big tick there. Another 100 tanks lost. But now they're doing the
France
snaking.
needs to spread out the units next to Paris. They're all on one tile. Like 20
Yeah,
divisions.
he needs to also hold
Probably more.
Orleans.
Right now, Italy
Yes,
has
10
an
divisions do
insane
nothing.
advantage in navy.
And
Oh, the others
Maginot's
are also
now-
pushing in Italy here.
Oh, allies are pushing aggressively into Italy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So far, Italy only lost 100 tanks, but they have actually attrition loss, I guess, because of Africa. The desert,
It's
you know.
dangerous. It's dangerous because right now Italy has a huge advantage in navy. UK cannot hope to contest Italy in the Med. It's mainly a battleship advantage. So if they're smart about it, they can probably like naval invade with impunity. And I'm pretty sure bombardment bonus is still huge. Radar, do you
40%.
confirm that?
40%.
Yeah,
Chat,
yeah,
I'm
it's
putting-
huge.
It's super huge.
Chat, I'm putting a prediction. Go gamble. Go gamble. Allies or Axis victory. Who's going to win this one? We just started the war. Of
I
course,
honestly don't like the micro here of the France player. He could be way more active and killing way more tanks than he already did. And there's so much that he killed.
these are best of ones, correct? These are all best of ones. So there is no switching once they go down. There is a double elimination bracket though. So
Yeah.
this is an upper bracket match. The loser here is tournament life is not over, but you know, being in the lower bracket is very nerve-wracking if you're in a tournament. And Paris now days
It
from
also
falling.
means that you have to play way more games.
Yeah, if you're in the lower bracket.
Yeah, which gives you some practice, but it's, you know, you sometimes want to spend your weekends in a different way.
Yeah,
And
true.
France, please move in and circle these 2 tanks. You can kill them. You might actually kill them.
Is he
Going for
trying
it.
to? He's going for it, but
No,
it's
that's
too
still
late.
another tile, that's
Maybe
still
no.
another tile. I think he got kicked out of that
Paris
already.
is encircled.
But this is a very weak encirclement, so they could still break that out.
Yeah, there's a hole here, but Germany's pushing out the hole.
Yep.
The fall of Paris.
And
The guy
finally-
crying.
France is completely
that's it.
dead. The event has triggered. Germany has lost a whopping, what is it, 4,200 tanks. Kind of scary, if you ask me. But we'll see what they're going to show in Africa.
Yeah. And France is going through his equipment, all of it. So Germany's not barely going to get stuff from France. This is pretty good France hold, I would say. Even though he didn't hold long,
that's-
but it still did a lot of damage and not going to give a lot for falling here. But we're
So-
moments away. Oh, wait, did he just delete units?
No, they automatically get deleted with the script, and his equipment gets deleted. France gets new equipment after capitulation, so
There you
this
go,
is to
there's
make
the
sure that there
capitulation,
is no funny stuff, and if France doesn't get too fucked, so it has the game after
Yeah.
cap.
That's smart. You don't have to worry about some Lend-Lease shenanigans or rule breaks like that. By the way, UK has no battle plan as well. Is it? Yeah, yeah. There's no planning bonus here for the British. Do the Canadians have planning bonus? They do. The Canadians at least are doing it. Canada using 8 tanks here. There's still no new tanks on production line. And he also does not have the supply to make new tanks. He's going to have to use all the tanks here. Are the Germans on their way to Africa?
I would assume so. They should be.
Where are the Germans?
So how many tanks is Italy losing here against these allied pushes?
Well,
Basically
6
nothing. How did Germany lose tanks like crazy? Doesn't mean they
I
have
think it was the
remember
light
that-
tank destroyers.
Gentlemen, remember that in Africa, if you're using the Africanos, the Yellow General with the Desert
Yeah,
Fox
that's the
perk,
reason. Yeah.
you lose 60% less AC in battles.
Can you also use them in France?
Yes, if you want to bear with the 50% debuff on equipment that comes with the Africanos General.
So I get
So-
50% less stats, but also 65% less damage?
Yep.
Sadly, there's quitting in the game.
Sadly, there is critting in the game indeed.
So the question is, would that be a good Germany main for next week?
Pardon?
Would that be a good Germany main?
In which team?
Against Team Brazil, is it enough?
We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen.
Wait, is IGB, yeah, that's Iggy.
Iggy.
I thought about Igni Vulpes, the German, or the Austrian. I think he's Austrian.
And now France is
German.
gonna get his African lands back soon. He built all in Cameroon and Gabon though, because like, you know, you get the stuff they
It's
want.
actually funny that Italy got kicked out of Gabes. You know, there's no land connection to Tunis.
Yeah. No connection, and they're pushing back. You know, they're very close to
How the
Tobruk
Canadian
here,
tanks looking.
but you know they're losing. The Italians are losing their divisions here. No, they're not getting encircled. They're fine. But it's just a push and shove here. Where are the Germans? The Germans are here. The Germans are in Africa. We can see 1, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 German tanks
11.
in Africa. 11 German tanks in Africa. That's more than the
And there is still
Canadians.
no battle plan. And the worst case, the Germany is not using the Afrikaners General. They're not using Erwin Rommel. This can be the grave mistake that can kill them completely.
Naval invasion on Crete. It's the British Raj that's holding Crete, actually. Their divisions are very powerful. Look at the stats of the British Raj troops. These are just defense divisions. 900 soft attack, 800 defense. Stats.
That's indeed.
But they're getting pushed off the port in the east. And the Romanians have landed, but British Raj is hitting them back. Are they going to get those divisions? Are they going to get them? Oh, they are! Romanian divisions are dying in Crete. Historical.
What?
Good God. Why?
Is he not retreating? No,
He's not retreating. Oh, wait, now he is. He lost one division, though.
Okay. Yeah, I sometimes don't understand that because they're like microing one single invasion and they cannot micro them. How's it possible?
It's a great question, Leonard. The German tanks, though, now that they're here in Africa, they're pushing the Allies hard. Pushing the Allies hard, hard, hard.
Are the airlists also reduced in Africa? Or is it just the tanks?
No, just the tanks.
It's the
But
German
the Germany
tanks
is not
leading the
using
charge.
the Germany is not
using
using the
Rommel, though.
Afrikaners General, so their losses are not reduced.
Erwin Rommel not becoming the Desert Fox in this timeline. But it doesn't even matter. The Commonwealth is just getting pushed so hard. Now they were close to Tobruk. Now they're holding on Sidi Barani.
And the Axis is
Well,
not building
the
supplies.
Allies never reached Tobruk, did they? I don't think they ever
Axis are
got
not
past the
building
hilltops.
supplies.
Malta
they're
and
not
Cyprus
building
are abandoned.
ports.
Malta, Cyprus, and Crete are abandoned. Malta fall to Italy, and they just abandoned Crete and Cyprus. I think the British Raj are worried that Japan invasion is going to be imminent very soon. It's 41, right? Early 41?
Yep, early 41. Straight
I
away.
mean, he didn't have to send back his troops yet, but...
So UK could deploy 600 more files and 500 more CAS. And they should really do that.
How's
They
the
need
air
like
battle
40
going?
40 CAS damage in a battle. So 10 battles from one direction and it's already saturated.
They're doing really
So they
good in
need
the
to have
air
more
war.
CAS up.
They're trading equally on fighters, but they're doing 2-to-1 to their CAS. How is the air game going though? How is the air build going? We can see that Germany is building 12 fighters a day, and I'm guessing. Wait, actually no, he's building more than that. He's building 15 fighters a day.
They're losing like 30% of the damage to CAS, like of the units.
And 1 CAS a day. Meanwhile, we can
I'm very
see
good.
the British. They're building 13 fighters a day.
Enemy 2 spawns.
And 2 CAS a day. So Germany is now starting to outproduce the fighters. This is the first time in the game that is starting. They're getting outproduced on fighters.
I am very concerned that German tanks are not motorized and they're using their own general. I'm extremely concerned about that.
They're not motorized. What do you mean?
So basically, if you click the general, you can see that there is something called motorization priority. It's the amount of the supply that
Oh yeah.
is in the division.
Well, there's also one other problem, which is not small. They're the wrong combat width.
Huh?
They're 41 combat width.
Oh my god.
They're getting supply issues here actually in Africa for the Axis. There's a huge supply issue, it seems.
Well, it's gonna get fixed on the 24th of April. Italy is already working on it.
Building in
That will
Masra
be fine.
Matruh,
Yeah.
Umbria. Well,
Wait a sec, I just noticed they don't use the generals, right?
I've
Did
said
you
it 3
already say
times
that?
already.
Okay, I was in my old world.
why are some of the generals
They-
yellow? What's up with that?
But these are the Afrikaner generals that have less losses in Africa to have less losses.
Oh, okay. So if you use the yellow general, you get less losses, which is what
So
Germany's
they're
not
making a
using.
huge misplay by not using them. Because they're just using double the equipment, basically.
Yeah.
And, oh my god. They have lost the 6,000 tanks, including France. And France was
Okay.
around 4,000?
4,000, yeah.
Yep.
So they've lost 2,000 tanks in North Africa right now. How are they doing in terms of supply though? They're fine. They're fine. Medium SP, the artillery though, the tracked artillery.
Let me tell them about the rule break. I'll be back in a second.
What rule back?
The 41 combat width.
Oh no.
I mean,
Hunted
it
down with fire.
technically
41 combat width.
speaking, it's a rule break. Practically speaking,
It's inting yourself.
it's saving them. You know, it's like saying, you know, the rules state that you cannot shoot yourself. I mean,
Pretty
but
much.
Oh
I mean,
my
to
god.
be fair, with the motorized being 1.5 combat width,
What is
it is a
this?
bit difficult to micro, you know?
I just looked
Not
at
to
Japan's
mark,
naval
to be
invasions for a second. This is insane. But I guess you guys are saying it's free day 1, so they should do that day 1.
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it being defended.
Yeah.
it's probably not
How on
gonna
earth
be.
did I manage to attack on Germany?
There's not even a single division in Singapore. There's nothing. There's literally nothing.
This
Nothing in
happened
the
to me
Philippines,
last
nothing.
game. I'm just a Germany player now.
So the way it works in the Pacific is that, of course, the Dutch East Indies and Singapore cannot be defended. Philippines sometimes get defended, but it's always a slaughter. Okay. The one thing that you can and should defend is Papua. Okay, that you can defend.
You have
the,
to. That's how Austria
Falun.
gets its
I mean,
buff.
you have to.
You have to, but Austria is not
And,
positioned there at all.
Of course, Australia. I mean, it probably is recruiting units, or worse, is using them in Africa.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah,
He's-
it's using them in Africa.
He's using them in Africa.
There
Yeah.
is a lot of time until Asia starts, and right now they're focusing on not giving
7
Germany the
months.
buff.
By the way, I'm a Germany co-op now. I don't know how it happened.
If you check, they have a lot of units in the mainland.
We
In
need to
mainland
rejoin
rejoin
Germany.
Leonard.
Yes, we need
I
to
don't know how that
rejoin
happened.
Leonard.
Leonard
I'll
is now
try
a
to
co-op.
unlock myself.
Leonard, rejoin. I'm gonna tell the corps to
Yeah,
join
pause
as well.
again.
Probably should wait because there's an invasion going inside. Yeah, no, that should definitely wait.
What was interesting
Okay,
about Cyprus
I
is they
fixed myself.
abandoned it, and then they came back to it. So they're basically the allies are not sure what to do here. Maybe this is showing a lack of good command from the
Leonard, are you
UK
coming?
player.
I
Maybe
fixed
getting
myself.
overwhelmed.
Cyprus is gone. They cannot defend Cyprus. No way
I
they
don't need
can.
to outrun.
Yeah, there's no way they
Huh?
can defend it. But what I was saying is India
I do not need
abandoned
to
it,
outrun.
and then they went into it. So, showing that does show a lack of communication on the ally side. At least some kind of communication. And those are Indian divisions dying. He needs to leave Cyprus. He's dying in Cyprus. There's
If
two
he
divisions down.
leaves by
3
boat,
divisions down.
he dies.
Oh, so those are just dead Indians.
Oh.
Dead Indians in Cyprus. Why did he go back? Why did he leave and go back? I don't understand.
Now he's moving out.
Okay.
Now he's
No,
moving
So-
out.
the port in this mod is on the other tile. It confused me last game. So how is the Italian Navy in comparison to the UK Navy? Is the UK even trying?
No, they are not trying. They
25
blocked out all
battleships,
of the
40
med.
light cruisers. So
They've-
it's a fleet-sized positioning mod? I
Yeah.
assume?
Pardon?
It's a positioning mod?
Yes.
It's a rock paper scissors mode, not
So-
only
no.
position.
What is the deal with the UK having carriers in their navy? If they're
They
It
just
means
started
they
them,
have
right?
no intention of. I mean, yes, but
Yeah.
it means they have no intention to fight the Italians.
They sunk the
Pretty much
German
taking
fleet
it
and then they're
seriously.
happy with that, it seems. They're just like, alright,
Yeah.
my job is done for
so
now.
The thing is that in the mod we have something called Sea Lion Defense Corps. Okay, the more ships you have in the English Channel, the bigger a modifier you get for defending your country, England.
There's no sea
core
lion happening
states.
this game though, right? There's no way a sea lion
I
is
mean-
gonna happen.
it's happened
No.
in one tournament game so far.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it didn't
happened.
really pay off for the Germany, to be precise.
The game that we saw on Friday, the one that I saw that wasn't broadcasted,
The English channels.
that
but
one
they-
that we did
don't
see a sea lion and it had a huge impact. UK was basically a wet noodle.
This
but-
Africa is very interesting.
Yeah, it is back and forth.
But Germany fixed the general. Is there also a field marshal for Africa?
No. There are, but they don't do anything.
Look at these tanks,
Okay.
veteran 5. Wow.
I mean, they usually get veterancy very, very fast.
Yeah.
It's interesting that Germany has 3 support slots in their tanks, and
Yeah, I
they
just
could
noticed that
be-
actually at the same moment. They usually put a heavy tank battalion in. I know
Yeah.
it's expensive, but I think it's definitely worth it.
It's the fattest battalion you can put into the division. There is no other battalion in game that will give you the equivalent of stats. And it's a support battalion, so it doesn't use up the combat width.
Yeah. And usually it's better to concentrate good stats on few divisions. Unless you're doing a road trip, like the last France player did. But I'm just surprised how many tanks they killed today in comparison to yesterday.
Yeah, it was basically a build to destroy as much equipment as possible. That's like what his intention was.
Yep.
Yeah, Marsa Matruh is holding. It's been like a very slow push shove in the south. The UK has been pushing. Still no planning on the UK. Those are just stats that are missing. The French now are here. The French are here with tanks. Let me look at these French tanks.
Really?
Yeah, look, they have 4 tank divisions. They're green though. They're green fighting against veteran tanks. It's not gonna go
But they have
very
these
well.
stats. Also, I noticed that. Oh no, never mind. It's just some nations that don't have planning.
The
France, for
stats are pretty
example.
good on the French tanks.
Yeah, I would also say so. And they're
Yeah.
not even fully equipped. Like I always look at the tanks stockpile, the stats in the field.
Yeah, in the field, that's
And,
what I'm
yeah.
looking at. On the field, these are the green divisions right now.
It's interesting to see that in the field
doing
Italy has
very
more
good.
stats than Germany.
The Italian tanks, yeah. Now Marsa Matruh is a yellow bubble, but they're still holding. A naval invasion in Palestine. Tel Aviv holds.
There was no air to that, so that didn't work.
But they put air in the last second and then they took it off. Air battle over Syrianica It's now going really badly for the Allies. 3-1 losses. What happened? Probably efficiency from the air base being so far away.
What the Allies losses you mean?
The air losses are 3-1.
For the Allies?
For the Allies,
they're
they're
1-1.
losing. For me, they show 63.
No, it's also it's because
No, it's
yeah,
2-1.
it's because France is using the Air Force and they have like Interpol fighters.
Why are they using their fighters?
That's the reason. I mean, why would they waste them? Like, I think it's
Aren't you just training the enemy
maybe they-
fighters?
yeah, that's the question. No, there's no air experience in this mod for planes. They always have 100%.
Oh, okay.
So there's
alright.
no bad thing about losing planes to an enemy, as long as they are benefiting from it. The bigger question is, why is UK not using all their planes? I think there are multiple players on UK, and they are.
And they have the airports.
But they have
have level 10
900
in
in
Jordan.
stockpile.
Interesting. They have a lot of free airports.
Remember
It's interesting that most of
Please
the
tell me that's
allied
not the clip where I attacked to Germany. Oh my god! Okay, wait, yeah. I was so used to play like being like a single player. I actually tagged to Germany by opening console and typing tag Germany.
By the way, Bulgaria building
Oh,
12 tanks. 12.
Bro, actually, my anti-cheat detected it.
No, then
It did.
it didn't.
US is going quite heavy on dockyards, it seems. They've really surpassed Japan. They're building super heavies and 1940 heavy ships, so battleship fleets.
The wait, I was thinking
So
about
it's
testing your
battleship
anti-cheat.
spam? Is this just what we're seeing today
Yeah.
in this game? Is everyone just spamming battleships? Wait, no,
Yeah,
it's cruiser
battleships.
spam for the Japanese. Okay, they have some. Yeah, it's just cruisers, right?
I mean, are they still just spamming cruisers?
And battle no, and
No,
battleships.
wait.
Battleships. No, there's battleships.
Now they're refitting the battleships?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're refeeding the battleships, they're building their carrier 3s, and then they are gonna build battleship 3s. I think they're trying to keep their rates, you know.
I mean, the
Well,
funny
they
thing
already
is,
have a lot of ships.
USA already has more dockyards than Japan.
Muscle
Yeah,
Matroh
but
about to fall.
it's gonna be a while until they're in
Oh
production.
yeah, let's
Muscle
not forget
Matroh
about
about to
Africa.
fall.
It's interesting how allies are completely out of IC in Africa.
Yeah, and
Germany
Romania
is
is doing a
just-
naval invasion while they're doing a land invasion. So they're open to combat with here.
Yeah, very smart on that
Very
side.
smart. And Muscle Matroh falls. That's not a good sign. That's every port loss is huge for the Allies here. Of course, this is an
And that
Alamein
gives
mod.
Germany
This is a
free
full.
supply as well.
Yep. More supply. That's gonna fix the supply issues, and you can now see the supply issues are now for the Allies. Supply has switched sides, and they're trying to make it a hold here on the hill lines, because these are hill provinces, African hill provinces, different than normal hills because they're African.
Yeah. That means they're losing less tanks for that.
That means they're losing more tanks.
Less tanks.
This is a push shove. It's
Because
really
they're
interesting. And
African.
they're doing attacking out of a tile that's being attacked. So they're gonna actually lose that tile, and they're being pushed back to Alamein. And now,
What do you think about that there are African hills in Asia?
Where?
In Iraq, for example?
Iraq is not Asia, per se.
it
Yes, it is
is.
Or we still consider it Africa.
No, we consider the Middle East.
Eh,
Iraq is Africa according to the modern.
Having to
Makers
tell
guide.
you your own
You heard it here
history.
first.
well, for the...
You're literally from Lebanon.
Well...
Are Lebanese
The
Asians?
GD... So
would
on
say yes.
GDU right now we have on GDU right now we have a democratic modding community, and I think we all decided that this part of the world
Oh.
is Africa.
Naval
somehow.
invasions. How's the air going? Air is now more efficient for the Allies, and they're actually trading better. Now the trades are
I mean,
going
they're
in their
still
favor.
refusing to use the air. Like, I'm really tempted to go to their channel and tell them they have 1K planes in stockpile.
Who has
Nope,
1K
that
airplane
would not be
stockpile?
possible.
Oh, the Allies.
Yeah, the UK has 1K.
Because he has no air bases though, and France
No,
is
he
in
has
Yeah,
a
okay,
Oh, he
well,
does.
1,000
Actually,
airbase in
does.
Jordan.
He does. Wait, what is
Jordan
going
is
on?
in Asia, if you're wondering.
Jordan is in Asia. According to the mod, it's in Africa. If you're from Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, you're African now. You can say it, chat. I mean, no, never mind. Sorry. And we are now 4 months away from Japanese invasion. Is Japan prepared? They look very prepared. They look very, very prepared. Very, 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 very prepared. No troops in
They're actually
Guinea.
playing.
That's how
They're actually
Australia
fighting on
gets
the
their
air
buff.
zone, on the air zone border. So the allies attacking into the air zone is like it's super bad. I don't know why they're still doing that. They switched the air to Egypt, but they're attacking into Cyrenaica.
Yes, it is the clubbing that is playing. Clubbing is on the Axis, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, no, allies.
Clubbing is an
Yeah.
axis indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the GDU regular team is on the allies.
Yep.
I don't know the name though.
It's called. It's modded out.
And now we
Sounds
see a
more like the
slowdown
historical
in
team.
Africa. Okay, never mind. They're now commencing. The Germans are now doing their push. Let's just take a quick look at German losses. How many tanks has the Germans lost? Okay, it's no longer showing France, I think.
No.
No, it's
No,
no longer
it doesn't.
showing France.
No,
okay.
it does.
No,
8,000
actually, it should
tanks.
still. It should
8,000
still.
tanks.
If you
Because
click
it's
on
August
Italy.
39, you know? So they lost 8,000 tanks plus 2,000. So there's 10,000 tanks. That's so much. Like the last games, UK lost half the amount, like Germany, and they were already done with Africa.
Well, this is the game against the regulars and allies, and regulars on allies can
I
be.
feel like yesterday they all had this idea. Oh, we have this infantry. There is 100% reinforce rate, and that's all we need. We don't need to
Alamein
do
South
any tanks on the
falling.
allies. We just do
Alamein
this
Center falling.
this mass assault spam, and it wasn't enough. It's kind of funny that no one has shown up in there, even though it's 40%.
The allies,
both of
though,
them are
they're
too
not
afraid
letting
to
this
use the
deter
Navy.
them. They're gonna lose Alamein. Alamain's lost. They're trying to take back Alamein South, but it's not looking good. German forces and Italian forces in hand, working together, holding off the offense. Alamein going back to the hands of the allies. No, they're holding. Reinforce meme. Back. Reinforce meme back. Alamein now,
I would
being pushed.
actually say it's fine for them. Because now they're fighting in the air zone, and when they take Germany on Alamein, they're getting the chasm through the battle. And
Yeah.
before they didn't.
They have no air over Syrianica, so this could be really good. This could be where they delete even more German tanks. Germany just losing tanks over and over and over again. Doesn't care though.
They can always get us inside the battle, though.
And there's
like,
just a
even in
casual.
red air.
Do you guys see the casual Raj submarine roaming the Mediterranean? I think they're looking for something, maybe. Looking for maybe an
And the
open
Italian
port.
Navy is now active in the eastern limit? I think you just said that.
Wait
And-
a minute.
oh!
Wait a minute.
Oh, UK also removed his naval. Wait, no, he didn't. Okay, I was looking at the wrong map.
Wait
Okay.
a minute. I have
Okay.
one big Raider.
Yep.
Did you change how air attack works somehow?
No. Why?
Well, now I see the issue. Well, the Germans don't have AA in there. I mean, they do have it in the template, but they don't have enough SPAA in the tanks. They're getting full cast damage, getting like completely grinded
Really?
out.
That is so stupid
Yes.
of them.
Yeah, they don't have enough. They're lacking 500.
I think it was
SPAA.
70% reduction with 75 air
That
attacks.
might explain a lot.
Yeah, that's the reason. I mean, they're lacking everything, okay, but they are especially lacking SPAA, you know, relative to their production.
You know where you can find SPA? On Bulgaria,
Yeah.
last time I checked.
Well,
And these
maybe,
generals on Bulgaria look very German.
maybe they should notice.
Yeah, they have 200 AA in the stockpile of
Yeah, it's
Bulgaria.
insane. Like they should really.
And Germany is
notice.
missing 480. But you know, it could be a big step.
For some reason, it's so funny to me seeing the Bulgarian general Heinz Guderian.
I mean, so
It's a
okay.
Southern Expeditionary Force.
so for
something like
example,
Yeah.
Bulgaria is recruiting 10 tanks and have already 2 in the field. Now, if they deleted their tanks in the field and in recruitment, they could completely fill the German stockpile, okay, and save them in Africa. So this is like a game-changing decision that they, you know, if they were aware of it, they probably could make, but they probably will not because they're not aware of it.
I don't know, when I see 100 cast damage done a day, I get really horny.
So
Yeah.
while that's
It's
going
not
on,
good.
while Leonard's getting horny, there's 12 conversion divisions for Canada and British Raj, but he does not have the equipment. They're losing too much equipment. He can't even make one extra tank. Is this really like the South Africa debuff happening? The lack of a South Africa player? Are we seeing that happening in real time now?
Well, they're lacking about 4 tanks,
the way-
4 to 6 tanks, and about 40 mils in production because the miner focus tree is always.
Better
Wait,
than having.
is it
why
the
Geo
next
on
up.
Why
Germany,
is he
by the way?
lagging? I apologize. Give me 1 second. I need to fix the lobby.
If only as a
Who's
spectator
saying?
we could play Minesweeper, I could win a quick Minesweeper game right now while it's lagging.
I want to check if how's it called? Geos on Germany.
Exclamation mark
Don't
players.
suggest anything, of course.
Turkey, Dixon, Bobby Pin. No, he's not. So what is Geo playing?
Gardez vos rangs.
You know who has a lot of equipment? The French. Why aren't they giving those away? And now we see pings right now from the allies in Australia. Oh, French infantry are stationed in Australia. Where's the defense of Papua, though? No one knows.
It's October. They can start in January 41. They're probably not defending Papua.
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't look
interesting.
like a Papua hold, which means that Australia is going to lose its buff against Japan.
They can still take it back. I mean, it's really hard to hold it, mostly because Japan can naval invade in the ports. Really hard. And I think they're trying to make sure that they hold in Australia, okay, and just Australia doesn't die, and then I guess Raj will be the real game.
South Africa was annexed day one because I wish I could open Minesweeper, dude. South Africa was lagging too much early game, so he was annexed into UK, and Soviets had to give 5 factories to Germany.
And we can see that Axis started pushing more aggressively. They have their planning now. They have everything ready. They've started taking the Allied airfields, which doesn't really matter at this point because the Allies still have more planes that they could put up.
Oh my god. UK didn't notice that they have more planes, right? Or did they finally? No, they deployed some. They are now only 500 in the stockpile.
Yep.
Maybe it's the old one that doesn't have range, but if they would micro that, they could move it to the front line where it has range, and then they could put the new planes further away.
Indeed.
You know these names in Egypt are not historical.
Pardon?
Al Faoum, it's called Al Habala.
I
And
need to put it in my to-do
Muhammadiyah.
list.
I should copy the name for LW. It's kind of funny how they're not defending Cairo. Like no one made any attempts to move back in. So where's the next defense line? Do they have any? Because they're not running away. It kind of scares me. They could get overrun with everything. And also they have the cast up in the wrong region. They're mostly fighting in Egypt, but they have the cast up in southern Egypt.
I think they're preparing to fight in the South Egypt as well because, yeah, the Germany is going to be pushing there as well in an attempt to encircle and destroy at least something. Because otherwise this is really tragic for Germany. They didn't really get anything. It's November 40.
I'm back. And
Welcome
Cairo
back.
has fallen in the 5 minutes I was gone. Cairo has fallen. It's not looking good here for the allies in Africa. But remember, in the June of 41, that's when Barbarossa happens. It pretty much has to happen in 41. There's no 42 barbs in this mod, right?
I mean, most important, Japan will declare.
Oh yeah,
There is a 42 bob, but usually the Soviet stars 42 bob.
And so Japan. Actually, I shouldn't show their naval invasions.
Yeah.
Already happened.
yeah.
The Soviet is going to start the bob against Germany. It means that Germany is in a really bad shape. So I would not like to see Soviet start in the bob.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be the Axis miners are all ready for war almost pretty much. 12 tanks gonna be done for Bulgaria. What is Spain doing? 10 tanks, not 2 tanks. No heavy tank and soft tank.
No, they're just doing tanks for Bob.
Yeah. The heavy tank soft tank build has not taken hold yet.
Looking
don't
at
know
Soviet,
yet.
it's a medium tank with infantry build. And quite some air. Does Germany have enough on air on CAS? That's my question.
Holy
They're
air.
so high on air. They're 250 on air in Germany. Not any CAS? Am I blind? Oh no, 50 on CAS. It is super high on air.
Yeah, 250 on
I
air.
wouldn't call this super high.
Yes, it is in
They-
comparison to the last games.
Well,
Okay.
compared to the last game,
Not
but this
UK,
is
Germany.
around meta. I would go to 70 on fighters because you want to trade down the Soviets. Currently, though, Germany only have 6k fighters, and they've lost too much air. Normally, you should not lose more than 3k air over Africa.
Lost.
If you look at the Soviets right now, the Soviet build is pretty classy. If you put it in that way, they already have 10. Have
cuts
issues
out.
on Bob.
I think it's my internet that cuts out. That's interesting. But my internet seems to cut out sometimes.
Interesting.
And then you don't have a full sentence. Anyways, the air losses are like 1-1 for the X and the Allies. Yep. On the tank losses,
A lot of was going to be decided depending how competent
Yeah,
this Japan is.
So the
I would look
Soviets-
at Japan was USA.
The Soviets
and
have 10,000
Japan, and
fighters
then
in
look at
stockpile.
Navy.
Yep.
Tank count goes
Yep.
to Japan. Big surprise. I want to look at Docket as here.
No, it's actually ridiculous.
It's super favored for Japan right now. So Japan has
positive.
880,000 Docket as here, 860,000, and USA has 480. So like the USA Navy is no match right now. Even though they built quite a lot of dockyards already.
They're not gonna engage right now.
Does USA have like a modifier, like minus 20% output or something?
They have 30% production cost. Where is it? Sorry. They have this emergency shipbuilding program that gives 30% output to everyone in the Allies, which they can take right about now, but they're not doing it. Because, well, irrelevant apparently.
30% you said?
Yep.
30%
You
doctored
get it in
output.
November. Yep, you get it in November 40. If you open their focuses, it's called Emergency Shipbuilding Program.
Well, wouldn't it be the same effect if they just had less dockyards?
What do you mean? Sorry?
You want them to kick in, like you have like super high production later on.
And the Suez
but
wasn't blown up,
it's
by the way,
super-
right?
No.
Can it be blown up?
No, it can't be blown up,
Oh, okay.
pretty much. Her controls the Suez controls the strait here, so.
How would
So the thing with the
How would the
planet
canal
is
explode, right?
Hmm?
How would the canal explode? It's made out of water.
exactly. The thing with this, it means that
Oh,
USA should just catch
Japan
up
goes in.
to Japan. That's the idea of the mod, pretty much. So that's why they get this bonuses late.
the naval invasions are
And
beginning.
France.
Oh my god.
Okay,
look
screw
at this.
Africa. Now we look at Japan.
Yeah, yeah. The Africa,
He
it's
has
it's
97
lost.
Marines?
They're gonna hold here.
He has
I
more.
think-
He has like 200 Marines. What the fuck?
Holy
Yeah.
Marine.
So
And they have 10 tanks. They have 10 amphibious tanks
How
as
did
well.
some of the Marines get medals? Okay, I guess because already landed naval invasions.
So Australia is not actually defending the north. This is very interesting. They're giving up 2 airports. That's big.
They're giving up Northwest Australia and they're giving up Northern Territory.
And
put
there
it
are
that
French
way-
troops now in Papua and
Yeah.
Borneo.
But it doesn't matter. Japan should land anyways, I believe. Those
See?
are those are just garrisons, the Cav garrison, which
Having
will
no New
die.
Zealand means that they just give up some of the industry there.
Also true.
And
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for Japan to take this because it's like, how many dockyards is that?
They already did.
I already
They're
have to
gone.
take over
It's
to,
already
to
gone,
Japan
yeah.
to see that.
New Zealand's gone. Papua's gone. Philippines is pretty much gone. There's
That's 8
American
dockyards.
Cav garrisons, but they're not going to do anything. And yeah, now Singapore's gone.
The Rush has quit the game. Amazing. I'll be back in a second.
Quit or
Well,
crash? There's a big
If I
difference.
see that Raj defense, I would also quit the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
look that good.
I
He has
think,
troops in the back, though.
I think the allies are not feeling it. They're not feeling it this game. Like at all. It was like such a nice France hold too. They deleted so much German equipment, but like this Japan now is gonna have huge impact in Asia. These naval invasions was
You should-
insane. Were
You
insane.
should really look at Russia.
I think Russia is gonna be the why they turn it back. 7 co-ops. If you put 7 co-ops on USSR, you're basically banking that they win the game for you, right? 7 co-ops.
I mean, it
no
depends
Norway,
on how
no
many
New
Germans
Zealand,
there
no
are.
South Africa.
It does look promising. The main thing is the air count. They have a huge advantage.
Oh my god, because Raj is not player, they are not clicking away the event. Do we need to pause the game?
It was paused and then it unpaused, so I'm guessing the. I'm guessing.
I mean,
they're-
currently Japan
he
is still
actually gave
away
up.
from their front line.
That really is a
But
HOI4
still-
moment. That's truly
What is
a
a
Hoi-
for moment?
the Raj player leaving the game mid tournament game.
I mean, last game I played, it was completely fine. No one crashed, no one hotjoined. I think the only person that hotjoined was me, because I apparently did the same thing then. That I
Okay.
opened the console and typed tech to a nation instead of like being real observer.
And they've done basically the split of Iran right now. But is this actually good? I feel like you're just giving Iran to the Axis.
I think they can do the same.
They can do the
And
same.
instead, it's more about us preparing in Iran to defend against the Axis, or waiting until the Axis just takes them themselves.
Ah, okay. So in this
And
mod, they
usually,
can
it's
do the
better
same
to be
thing.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the German
I mean,
tanks are still
most-
here. I mean, they don't have to leave
I would
yet.
actually say most
Around
mods
March,
nowadays
maybe.
have an Iran front, just so Africa is a bit more less stale. Because usually Africa comes down to Aswan, and it's like a 3-player, like a 3-tile front, where I don't know how many people are supposed to fight, and then it becomes way more dynamic if you add an Iran front, or a torch. I really like that
I
about
think
the
allies
having to fight on
forfeited.
multiple fronts.
That's my that's what is being written in my Twitch chat. Allies forfeited. But I think they're basically.
I would really
thinking
be
that-
surprised if they did, because they're doing a great game.
No, no way they forfeit. No way they forfeit, chat. The Soviets, 7
It's just
Soviets, like
enemy
you
team
can't.
fake newsing.
Yeah, enemy teams are fake newsing. Like they have 7 Soviet players. They have a Soviet that's giga strong, that has air, that has tanks, that has so many infantry. Like, and they're not gonna even fight Barb. I doubt it. Can they decide how to place their co-ops among the nation? Yes, and basically they trade trade minor nations for more co-ops, which is why there's no New Zealand, why there's no Norway. There was supposed to be a South Africa, but South Africa was lagging Omega at game start, and they kicked him, and they got a different guy for another Soviet co-op. So you have a total of 7 Soviet co-ops. They could have taken away 3 Soviet co-ops and had 3 more minor nations.
You can't really play with 4 Soviets. That's the problem. I think 5 is bare minimum.
Yeah.
6 is better. 7 starts because
I feel like if you just
a
use the
certain
front line,
point,
you don't need that many players.
We saw
No,
a
you do,
frontline the other
because-
day, but
And
they
you
just
don't need
ended up
to
getting
microphone
crumbling
log.
so hard.
Right? You don't need to microphone log with the front line.
So you need 1 for the Rostov area. You need 1 for the Belgorod Kursk area. You need 1 for the Bryansk Smolensk area. Okay, and that's 3 people. Okay, then you need at least 1 for Leningrad area. Okay, then you need 1 air controlling, and possibly doing the build. And that's
I think the person that does
five
the build should
minimum.
also air control at the same time, because there's
Hmm.
nothing else to do. Like,
I mean, yeah,
controlling on
you
upfront
could
is
do
super
that.
easy. It's
You can do
struggling
that.
for the Germany, but for the Soviets, it's usually very easy.
You can do that. Yeah, I mean, if
Why
you
is
have
it
another one,
different?
it can be useful.
Why is it different
Because
air controller for one side and
Germany's
the other?
advancing and Soviets is defending. So they basically always
Oh.
have to get new airfields on the front line. Yeah. Obviously, the Soviets also have to go back with the air, but it's still easier. Also, you fight the inner angle I don't know if that's an argument on the Soviet front, but usually if you attack, it's more difficult.
Huh.
So what other options do they have when the Rush player doesn't come back? Can they just move a Soviet player over?
But then they're playing with 11 players.
Possibly.
I mean, I could offer them that I move one Soviet player over and then we move him back.
Africa is done, and why is it called Benito Mussolini instead of Benito? Whatever.
I see Italian not happy with that.
Benito.
Also, why haven't they formed Imperium Romanum yet, right?
No, I don't think they will.
Can they do that in the mod?
They need to get Gibraltar, don't they?
It would be cringe if they could.
No, it's usually in TFB where that happens.
Yeah. That's a TFB thing. Imperio Romanum.
And then you turn purple.
Yes, there's 7 co-ops.
Because we all know that Rome was purple.
It was red. Rome was red. Everyone knows it.
No, Rome was purple. Ask the TFB players.
Insane. Clearly never played U4.
There's no Rome in EU4, is there?
There is, yeah.
There is.
It's probably a formidable. It's probably a formidable.
It's a formidable, yeah.
I'm just so sad that Imperator Rome failed.
It's really fun. We play it sometimes still. It's really fun. You just play with the mods.
But Paradox abandoned it.
They did, but they did a cleanup patch after it got a boost of players recently.
Really?
How do co-ops work? Never played this game. They basically just command more units because you have to micro every single division.
It's actually the thing I like about HOI, that you have co-ops.
Yeah.
In EU4, I think co-ops, how was it again? They cannot hot join?
Well,
That was
co-ops
something. I
break.
know that co-ops are technically-
Co-ops just desync. Like they cause desyncs in EU4.
Okay.
And yeah, once you control over 1 million troops, like honestly, a co-op on EU4 would be nice. Post like
I played the game. Right.
1.5 million
Also,
troops, like
co-ops,
you need a co-op, dude. I feel like, but it's not possible.
co-ops are also super good if you're new to the game, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in EU4 you can do so many stupid things. And if you have a co-oping nation just watching someone explaining the game to you, it would be very easier to get into the game.
That's kind of what colonies do. That's like what colonies do. And then you have mods that
that's
make
true.
they make the entire New World one colonial region, so your colony is actually as strong as you, if not stronger in some cases. I recently
Can they become free?
No, they can't become free. They cannot become free. The only case they can become
I
free is
remember
their
playing
overlord
Mexico
dies.
colony.
Yeah.
That was strong. That was super strong because you had so many gold mines.
Yeah, and you're
Blah,
feeding
blah,
gold
blah,
to your guy.
inflation, I know. Yeah, and then I remember playing Portugal. That was a single player game though. I formed Mexico as a colony. I was like, oh my god, I'm super rich and so on. And then they became free and became their own nation, and I had no control and no income anymore. That was very sad.
The issue with that is that in
I didn't
multiplayer-
understand the game mechanic.
In multiplayer, why they don't go free is because you
Yeah.
invest so much into them. So like it becomes stupid if they're able to get their freedom.
It's not
So
just that.
it's basically a modded out thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's modded out. Yeah, it's modded out.
Hmm?
So the thing is that
No, I'm good.
usually
I'm good on food.
hotbox
I ate
for
a
the
big
colonies,
breakfast.
you know. So you bring friends, okay? So the thing is that if they became free, they will be a completely indestructible nation, impossible to invade because you have to naval invade.
Right.
Hotboxing with a former colonial master.
Yeah, New World free nations are always so cancer because they
Okay,
just.
guys.
What
I
happened?
apologize. Listen up. So Japan was entitled for the delay to get free mills because the Raj has left and they're waiting for replacement and it's just taking too long.
So what
I
happened?
told them to give 10 mils to Japan and Soviet main give 25 mils. So
They're that confident. They're that confident.
Soviets are playing into the hands of the.
Yeah, the real play, guys, is you get 1 USA, 1 UK, and 10 players on USSR.
Why don't they just move the Soviet co-op over to India until they figure out their place?
They got Joe Biden.
Because Joe Biden. Yeah.
Joe Biden's
So on
here.
Twitch, there's like a channel that does Trump versus Biden AI. When is it gonna get updated against Harris?
And my
There's not enough
paradox
Harris
crashed. Interesting.
debating to do that, I guess. You crashed, Gibaldo? You
I guess
crashed.
he did. I thought he was hosting the game,
Oh,
so I guess he's not.
yeah.
Do you want to talk about your political view on the president situation?
I'm voting Kamala Harris. I don't want Trump again. I liked what Biden was doing in terms of domestic policy more than what Trump did. I also think Trump messed up COVID really hard. And I also think that we have inflation now not because of Joe Biden, but because of the stuff Trump did. But yeah, I don't want Trump again. I honestly was so conflicted. I was just wanted Biden to leave the race, and he did. So he degrading worse though. But that's kind of like how old people are, you know. Like when they start degrading really fast, you know. And
I mean,
you
no,
start
it's
seeing in
usually the
Biden,
thing
like
that,
in 1 year, he changed so much. Yeah. Anyways, though,
But,
like
like,
what was good about
yeah.
Biden wasn't Biden himself, was the advisors that he was picking. That was the problem with Trump as well, is that he was picking bad advisors and then firing them and then picking another bad advisor to replace them.
Well, to be fair, the advisor's still better than his own opinion.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, but you know, here they
But
are.
he's,
they're going-
since he's so direct and open, he makes a lot of funny content.
Yeah. But
For
again,
example, calling Austrians that they live in forests. It's
yeah.
not like that. It's just or I still remember when Corona was a thing, how he asked like, oh, did
Hey,
people
gentlemen,
actually
I think
have
we're
the
live.
idea to put what's it called?
bleach in their
A disinfectant into your bloodstream.
yeah, and
It's
just
like,
get it rid of
you
that.
would never expect the president of the United States to say something like this.
Exactly.
I mean, the Trump telling people to drink bleach
Yeah,
and
it's
then not to drink bleach.
injected, not
No, it
drink
didn't say. It was inject bleach. I was it
Injecting.
bleach?
Ooh.
It's cause when he got his COVID treatment, they injected him with a bunch of like antivirals, which they don't use often because it's like very dangerous to use antivirals if you don't have the right regimen. So it's not like common people can get antivirals. But he's basically, I think he got those two confused. Again, though, when it
Yeah.
comes to Trump, yeah, if I was an American, I would also think he was really hilarious. But like,
No,
I live
I
here.
would say you probably read that a normal disinfectant can, if you spray it on viruses, then they die, if they do, right? And he was like, yeah, I'm the smartest person, right? So if you just put that into your blood, the viruses in your blood die together with you.
Yeah, and I don't know what Trump is cooking now with calling Kamala Harris Indian. Like, you can be Indian and black. It's called being 50, you know, it's called being multi, I forget the word actually.
But has Trump ever been called yellow?
Ah, yeah, he's Asian now.
I think that's just something only Americans consider. You know, like I've never heard anyone in Italy say that.
What?
In Italy, you're Italian. You know, that's it.
I'm in America, it kind of matters.
I mean, there's no such thing as an American, I guess. I said it.
There is a such thing as American. I'm American.
I mean, some of them still think they're German, you know, because their grandfather was German.
I mean, it's like in America, you always have to be something else on top of American, which is kind of
And
strange.
then they're like, do you speak a single word of German? No. Do you know a city in Germany? Yeah,
Oh.
only Berlin.
There are these weird people on an Instagram trying to pass as Italians, okay, that always do these weird, very weird burgers, okay, with like 10 types of prosciutto in them, 10 types of cheese, 10 types of everything. They just fill them, and then they just say some buzzwords in Italian, and that really bothers me.
Well, the only
Yeah.
cheese that you
I
can
know
put
they
on a
should.
burger is American cheese, and it's not because American or whatever. It's just because it doesn't split. I know this because I've been cooking a lot of burgers
You can have
recently.
mozzarella, you can have
What do you-
mozzarella, you can have
Mozzarella
provolone,
splits.
you can have.
What about cheddar? I always put cheddar on my burgers.
Cheddar also doesn't split if you use the right cheddar, but a lot of cheese splits, and you don't want the cheese to split when you're cooking a burger. It's then you
What I
have
really
an
hate is
unequal
when cheese
distribution.
doesn't melt.
Yeah,
I like putting brie on my burger. I have
That
this
is very
recipe.
strange.
I put
that is
Yeah,
very
I
strange.
don't think
I
I would
put
put brie on my burger.
Gorgonzola is great, for example.
Gorgonzola is great. So
I like
either
gorgonzola,
use
but
brie
not on
or
burgers.
camembert, and I caramelize my onions in red wine. I'm big on
Yeah?
cooking, so
That sounds haram to me. And back to the game, though. Back to the game. Japan's still doing his naval invasions. Dutch East Indies almost entirely fallen. Philippines almost entirely fallen. Now that they're boiling down to the defense of Australia, and Australia is completely neglecting the Northern Territories. There's no supply in the Northern Territories, but still they're completely neglecting it, and they're going to go for defense on the Gold Coast. Meanwhile, in
I think it's actually
Africa,
stupid of the Australia player to abandon the airfield in Queensland, like the one
I
with the
think so
northern
too.
tip.
I think so too. The Northern Territory. I think you should, if you're not doing Papua hold, I think you should at least try to hold the ports in Northern Territory. I mean, there's literally one port, dude, and there's no
Yeah, you
other
should hold as
supply.
much as possible.
And he lost his buff because, guys, Australia gets a buff if he holds Papua, which he's lost because Papua is not being held.
The US dropped 50 converters into India, so I guess they're kind of fine there. Java Sea Naval and okay, that's a naval invasion. I thought it's a naval battle.
And yeah, and Africa, it's just it's a stalemate on us one, like Leonard said. The British are close to getting it, but right now the British have a very big rubber problem, huge rubber problem. What are the Allies gonna do about that? I imagine America is now building rubber. They are.
Yeah, they're building rubber.
Who? Wait, they are.
They're not.
They're not building rubber. There's no rubber.
They're supposed to.
There's no
They
rubber
have
being
the
built.
focus that they have to get. No, look at the focus. Sorry, they have to. So basically, then now they have minus rubber construction speed, like minus 50%.
Oh, they have to get rid of it, and
They
then
have to
once
wait
they get
until
that, they
they
get
focus and then they can
35%.
start. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for the focus to
So
start building rubber.
So sometimes it's a good strategy for the allies to delay the loss of the rubber a bit, which they kind of did. For example, they still have Ceylon, but it's not enough.
Ceylon is not enough. Yeah, and with the no rubber,
And-
minus 300 rubber for USA, minus 200 rubber for UK, that means that they literally have zero air production. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero air production.
It's
and
also stupid that how they organize their production. If it would be the other way around, wait, can I move air?
dude, almost
Can I move the
30
production?
air on Germany being built while UK's building zero. This is a disaster for the Allies. USA needs that focus to be completed. He is 11 days. It's a 70-day focus. It's a big, long focus. And the Japanese are slowly progressing to the front line with the Raj. They don't know where their troops are. They don't have the information. And they're also progressing to the front line in Australia with their 200 Marines. 200 Marines, dude. That is insane. That is insane. I don't know how I feel about, you know, having no limit on Special Force limit. I don't think it really matters that much. But don't you have focuses now for special units?
They are balanced their own way, which means that, you know, Marines cost a lot more in infantry equipment
Yeah.
than regular units. So
Do they also have
I mean-
special equipment thing? They don't. There's no special equipment. They just cost more regular equipment.
yeah, exactly, more regular equipment. Yes.
Okay. So there's no, like, you just, this is the right thing as Japan. Just spam them. And the 10 amphibious tanks, where are the amphibious tanks? How do I see them? How do I jump to them? Is there a button to jump to them?
They are in Palau.
Why did the German
Uh,
Afrikaner generals disappear? Did
yeah,
they go
the
to someone
Philippines.
else?
You know, like to the right of the east of the Philippines. Okay, you'll find the Isle of Yap, with 10 tanks on them. The Isle
How's
of
are
Yap.
they called?
Is that a thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Was it added in the mod, or is there actually an island called the Isle of Yap?
I think you're yapping. Haha.
Yeah.
The
Isle
Japanese live on
of
that
Yap.
island.
It's a thing, actually. And the inhabitants are called Yappers. No, they're called Wakab.
And now is the rubber getting fixed? They're building synthetic oil in the UK, not synthetic. Oh wait, synthetic refineries also build rubber. Okay, so both USA and UK right now building synthetic refineries. They have to do that right now, chat. That's their only way. They're researching advanced rubber processing here. This is the only way that they're gonna fix this rubber issue, because they completely gave up the Dutch East Indies. I mean, if you're giving up the Dutch East Indies, wouldn't you prepare for this? Shouldn't you be preparing for this beforehand?
You cannot do that because you specifically have a malus for building refineries before Japan declares the war, and then you get a focus to get a bonus on them. It's to discourage
They get a
abandoning
focus.
the Pacific. You know, yeah. Otherwise, you would abandon the Pacific. So just to make sure that you can actually defend it, and Japan can have game impact. Otherwise, it can just be ignored.
Yeah, that's very smart actually. And Ceylon also fell now, so there's literally no rubber on the side of the Allies. Zero rubber until these refineries get built. UK has dropped them all down actually. He had them at the top of the queue. I think USA told him stop. I'll get all the rubber. Don't worry about rubber. I'm building, like, he's building rubber in every single state. Ohio, Illinois, California, Louisiana. Everywhere.
Ohio.
Yeah, but Japan at minus 800 steel though. How's that impacting him? No boats being built. That's not good for him.
Yep.
No boats being built.
Who's not
He-
building any boats?
He will
Japan,
fix
he
it.
has minus 600 steel. He was at minus 800, so I think he's trying to fix it already. It's because
should
his
steal it
convoys are
somewhere.
getting deleted. His convoys are getting deleted. Where are they getting deleted
Japan
at?
should.
Are they?
Well, the number's
because
going
it's
down.
rated.
A bit.
The convoy number is going down. It's going up and
I don't,
down.
I don't see him getting raided.
Huh.
So Japan should change his Zaibatsu collaboration. He should go for the one that gives him
Naval bombers for maybe?
resources gain.
Could be naval
efficiency.
bombers.
15%, yeah.
And he also should go for the Victory Australia or taking the islands in the Pacific as quickly as possible, because
Japan is
if you,
kind of
if you
losing
take
his
a look in the
focus here.
Pacific,
Yeah.
it does. It definitely does. But if
it's
you
really
take a look
hard
at the Pacific, you can see that small islands like Midway, like Wake Islands, they each have 30 steel on it. So if you take all the Pacific islands, it's
I mean,
really
Japan's
helps
gonna
with
go
the-
for Guam now.
There's nothing there. I probably shouldn't say that, but there's literally nothing there.
On Wake or what?
On Wake and on Midway, there's nothing. There's just
I mean, one division, one cavalry.
yeah, it's the crappy cavalry that was in Philippines.
USA needs to wake up, right?
I think so,
Sorry.
but the thing is, Japan is kind of losing his focus. Like he's focusing right now both India and Australia at the same time. I don't think he can do this though. Look, he's losing on both fronts
No.
now. You can't. I don't think you can focus. I think you need to just hold the front somewhere, like hold India front and focus killing Australia, or
Exactly, you
focus
need to
getting the
prioritize-
islands.
You need to prioritize what you kill on Japan, because otherwise you're risking of losing all of your equipment, because his stockpiles is already going down quite aggressively.
Yeah, and he's now planning the naval invasions for Wake and for Guam. And now naval invasions into
Off
Calcutta.
Calcutta,
They're bouncing. They're bouncing. Oh no, one lands, but it's not on
They
port.
don't seem to be bouncing.
They're dying.
They are dying
The
indeed.
tanks are very dangerous. The tanks coming to
Oh,
defend.
Calcutta!
They
Calcutta!
had time.
Calcutta! Oh, the tank got reinforced memed. And Calcutta is now in the hands of the Japanese, which means that these Marines are getting reinforced. They're no
The
longer
question
dying.
is, can they use this invasion to cut off Dhaka?
They could, but they don't have much-
It's really hard to do.
There's
I'm
no
sorry.
divisions. There's 30 Marine divisions that are now planning invasion for Madras, and they are.
Can they actually just take him off? Yeah, now he's doing it.
Yeah, I think
And
some
now
of them
Japan
need to
needs
go
to retreat
Calcutta.
in time. Okay, Japan will lose divisions here. I bet on that.
Yep,
Yeah.
the Calcutta
Because they
division.
will get kicked out of Calcutta in no time. And then they have no reinforcements.
And they're getting
Ah.
pushed off the front line as well. But they're holding Calcutta. They're holding.
I mean, but they're not using this momentum for something else. They're not moving.
He's still
Oh, they
trying to
actually
naval invasion of
25
Madras.
units waiting in the port of Rangoon. It's Rangoon.
Yeah, Rangoon, there's 25
It's like
divisions here.
Myanmar somewhere.
I mean, oh no, Calcutta's falling. The Canadians are going there. Japan is trying to get there. They're not holding the divisions in the south. There they go. They hold the divisions in the south now. They leave the port in Calcutta. The tanks are still moving there, and the tanks are there. That is 5 divisions deleted from
5
Japan.
Marines lost, yeah.
5 Marines lost.
And the fun thing is, they did this invasion, but at the same time, they didn't push at all on the front line.
They tried, but
like
they
on the
all
front
bounced.
and the
They
east.
all bounced. They all bounced.
They do.
They are not trying to push they're not focusing.
Yeah,
They
they're
have
doing
their
everything all at
marines
once.
are too expensive. They lose too much by just walking their marines.
Ooh.
Their
Japan-
attritions is
Japan needs to
legendary.
build ports so they get some supply. Because why are some supply so fucking expensive? 25,000 I see.
Usually there is enough supply on the map, and it's made to be sure that if you build a supply, you cling to it and just do not spam supply hubs everywhere.
But I can spam forts on the coastline.
On the coastline, but coastline is not everywhere.
That's true. Barb,
Mostly done for the Barb, so that there are some supply traps that are not avoidable, like Kursk
So-
1.
Giving Japan the feedback next to the front line, build ports. So you have more supply.
True.
And now they have 41 Marines down in
Barbarossa.
Ceylon.
Barbarossa.
Yeah, okay.
Big
Gentlemen,
two.
I'm sorry. Take a look at Japan. Japan lost 130k guns in combat and 120 by attrition.
Well, historically, that's kind of right.
This is why having full Marines is not actually the best thing. You need a big stockpile. The thing is that
Okay,
these
let's
Marines
do
are
the
gonna
truck
have to be
first.
deleted.
Okay, fun fact. Soviets have only 66% supply fulfillment because they did not build enough planes. I have to make a save game
Bro.
for my team.
Probably another hour. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a funny number.
And now Italians are pushing through Iran. There's going to be another front in India soon. The Baluchistan front. The most cursed front in all of HOI4, I think. It's a cursed front in EU4 as well. And actually, you know, Aswan, they pushed pretty far, the Italians. They pushed almost all out of Egypt. How is the rubber now for UK? They are still building only 3 airplanes a day, guys. 3 airplanes a day. Oh my god. USA, though, his refineries are being built. First round of refineries are built. So rubber's being fixed. USA's rubber situation's fixed. Now he just needs to make rubber for the rest of the allies.
Also, Japan should convert his Marines into Rangers on the Rush front. Just the small things that are not important right now. Okay, how's the air going for Germany on Barb?
It's actually not that bad. They actually have 10k fighters. They have 7k more in stockpile, which would actually be good enough, I would say. But they're doing something very weird with the tanks. I think they're fucking battle planning their tanks in the south.
Who, the Germans?
Yes.
Curious.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
They are.
Gotta love to see a battle plan.
Yeah, Barbarossa right now.
So much.
These are just like
Germany
the waste
currently-
divisions, though, right?
Yep. Germany currently has 1200 PP. They could invest into civilians and military factories for 200 PPs. They could change their advisor from close air support to the infantry Übermensch, Ferdinand Schroeder, to get the attacks against the Soviets. But I guess they're just sitting on their PPs and hoping for the best.
Japan's
I wanted
stalling
to
here, by
compare
the way.
amount of CAS they have.
Japan's completely stalling in the
1.6
Pacific.
CAS?
Completely stalling. It's
Okay.
now a game of Barbarossa. Japan had his impact. He took away rubber for almost 6 months, basically. But now rubber is being fixed, and it's becoming down to Barbarossa, and it's paused.
And
Pausing
it
is always
paused.
important. Yeah, I mean, Japan, I would say, kind of injured himself a bit.
He had such
But
a
for
good
example,
start,
not
dude.
taking, by not taking the easy items like Guam and stuff, sitting on minus steel. Is he still doing that?
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
still
sitting on
minus
minus
5
500?
steel. And he has no convoys, too.
I mean, he still has combos, 303, but he's losing them slowly. There's like 100 in the last month. But the worst thing is that he's using Marines on the rush front. It's fine if you cross the river, but usually you should use Rangers or Mountaineers.
I think,
And you can convert them for free. Like, templates are free, and you don't lose any XP if you just added the template. So it's always good to min-max your stats there. I find it a bit annoying that you have to do that, but hey, it's a game, right?
yeah.
And if you have to do it in a tournament setting, then you should adapt. And not
I mean, if
just
you're
stick
trying
with
to
your
win,
Marines.
yeah, if you're trying to win, you should be doing everything in your arsenal to win. The Battle of Kiev is happening now. Kiev, they're trying to do a counter-encirclement on the Russians. The Germans see it, though, and they get off. They're off their battle plan now. But Kiev is holding. They're holding.
So it was always modded the way that Soviets have they have less orc than the Germans at the beginning, so they get
I think in
pushed.
the beginning of the war, yes, indeed. They
Is that
have
still the case?
debuff. Yes.
Okay.
If you can check, Soviets currently have minus 25% divisions organization from officers purge.
Yeah, Germany gets 57, Soviet I think I saw 23 orc. So it's a bit more difficult for the Soviets to micro. Always keep that in mind. Germany has
very
more orc
difficult
and
in
they
the
kind of
beginning,
they have the advantage. And it's also a thing when you have people that are not used to the mod plate and then like do barb for the first time. they don't really expect the behavior of tanks. They expect longer combats and an easier time to reinforce, and then they sometimes get overwhelmed and get encircled because of that, because they're too greedy. But I don't know, Germany's advances.
It's terrible
They're playing it smart in the south. They're going for Poltava, which is a supply hub, which is always extremely important to take. But usually you should take Kiev before, because otherwise it's too dangerous to get pushed from the south.
Yeah, the Romanian brat trap, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, that's kind of the thing I miss when I don't play the Warcraft games anymore. The people that play Romania snake into the south, get encircled, and then complain to the Germany.
There is one thing that I really do not like about this Germany. They have more than 8,000 fighters in a stockpile, and they have Kaz that is not on a mission. And I
mean,
think
they
it's
have
biting them.
800 planes in stockpile. Maybe you should get your facts
I
straight.
just saw it.
Yeah, they're losing in a lot of air zones.
1,000, but
They're
They're
losing in a
not
lot of air
moving up.
zones.
And I would
They're
say
not
800
moving
is
defense.
fine as a stockpile, so you reinforce areas.
Yeah, it's
they
also,
just
by the way,
encircled and killed some
Axis,
tanks in the north.
all the Axis miners, by the way, are tanks, except for Romania. By all, I mean the 2. Oh, 3. Spain, sorry.
Three.
One problem I see is that they are trading terribly, which is not normal for Germany. Like, they're trading bad in northern
Yeah.
Ukraine, and yeah, it's
The
just
losses
weird.
I mean,
are
actually,
not
it's-
bad at all for Soviets.
You always
really
have to look
good.
at the month losses. And then we can see that Germany's trading good. He's lost 200 fighters against 350 Soviet fighters.
It's not good enough, Leonard.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be trading 1 to 3, 1 to 4, but they are not, because they're not microing the air.
Where's
they
the
should
air
be microing
controller?
the air. They
80s. No.
sleeping.
Okay, 69% in Belarus only. 64. Okay, they're very bad air
Mud
efficiency.
season is coming.
Rasputica.
This is a very
Am I
good
right?
barb hold. It's September now, and
This
they're
is-
still holding
yep.
Kiev. They're still holding Smolensk. They're still holding Leningrad, but Leningrad should hold for a very long time.
Okay, this is big. You should look at.
Oh, 4 divisions getting
sorry,
encircled though.
look,
Finland
Japan.
encircled 4 divisions, but I
Why
don't think it's
Japan?
gonna do
Oh.
anything.
Japan is planning to invade Vancouver.
Yeah,
that
I
a
saw that,
hotkey?
but I didn't say anything about it.
I cannot set the hotkey when I'm an observer.
Okay.
They do, but like, is this actually gonna go? Because do they even have anything assigned to it? They have no one assigned to these invasions. There's invasions for
Maybe it's
planning them.
What they
Guam.
need is
There's a divisions assigned for
Hawaii.
Wake, but no actual divisions assigned.
the one thing.
No,
they need
Germany
is
got
a
encircled
wire.
in the south. Oh, not Germany, but it was for Hungary. He lost a tank. Bulgaria, sorry, Bulgaria. The flag confused me.
Yeah, the Bulgaria
If
flag
they
is
manage to
confusing.
take Hawaii,
Looks like
Yeah, they
Macedonia.
were too greedy there. They pushed into this area here before they took Kiev.
this is important. You know D-Day. Now Germany has a bonus. Okay,
Okay, never
called
heard
the
about it.
Well, called the Atlantic Wall. Okay, now they have max 200 max entrenchment. Okay, which gives them a huge bonus. It's like planning bonus, but on the defense. Now, the one thing the allies have to do to remove it is they have to do war plan back, which is the focus that allows them to remove the Atlantic Wall and get invasion breakthrough, basically. Now, what the allies need for that is Hawaii. If the allies lose Hawaii, then D-Day becomes incredibly harder, and Japan is seemingly not going for it.
He's
It's
not even
ignoring
going
it
for
completely.
Guam, dude. He's not even
Yeah.
going for Guam. He's not even going
that's a
for Wake. He's not even going for Midway. And there's, like we said, there was nothing on there. It's like America wasn't even defending them. I think America's focus is all around. There's 2 Americans though, right? There
Yep,
should be 2
there are.
Americas. Yeah. So, but and now they're doing just a full-on assault on Dhaka. They're actually making it, but their divisions that navally invaded are getting encircled, and they're gonna die. With no port, that's another 7 Marines dead. But Dhaka is now going to the hands of the Japanese using their amphibious tanks on this push. Meanwhile,
Things need to see the
UK's
amount
pushed
of
all the way
attrition they have.
to Luxor. Italy is kind of being pushed back. They still hold Aswan though, which is very important here. Very, very
To
close
be honest
here.
with you, it looks really good for the allies right now.
It's looking very good. It's
LD
October.
Yeah. The Soviet is holding well. They're getting defense of Moscow to remove parts of their debuffs quite soon.
Yep.
The north, the only problematic front for the Soviets would be the northern one. But yet again, the poor German air micro still shows up. Did they put up
Yeah, the Veliki Loki one looks a bit dangerous. If they get reinforced beam there, could be funny.
Yeah.
But
And
I don't really think
some of
it's
the
gonna
debuffs are
happen.
lost now for the Soviets. They're gonna do their counter push, and we're gonna see, I think, a big counter offensive here. I think we're gonna see a big counter offensive. Is the Germans building supply? Do they have to build supply in this mod? Is that a thing?
Yes, it's highly recommended to build supply in winter, but it really depends on the. Well, currently, I would say yes. If you take Moscow and Leningrad, you're usually fine without building the supply. But if you are stuck before Kursk, yes, you're forced to build the supply. Usually in winter, when there is some time to just stop and think about what's going on.
There's a
But
whole.
guys, we really forgot about Finland.
Yeah, they
I
actually.
forgot that Finland was a player.
It is a player, and they actually encircled 8
And they're
Soviet
like one tile in
divisions.
front of Leningrad.
Yep.
But Leningrad still has a fort of level 8.
Yeah.
The question is, does Germany still have bombers? Could they bomb that?
Finland is out of manpower.
They have 250
Yeah,
bombers
they were
left.
doing big pushes, and they encircled 8 divisions, but then now they're out of manpower. Those
But
pushes
can they
really
get more
cost
manpower?
them.
That's the question.
Of course they can, but for some reason they're
They're
not
ready
taking
on-
anything.
They're on extensive
Couldn't
conscription,
Spain
and they're fully
provide
mobilized.
manpower for him? Yeah, they could.
Garrisons? Or can you ask for
Spain,
manpower
if
directly?
you're watching this, click this button.
Yeah, so there is basically a button which you can send manpower to other countries,
Oh, okay.
apart from Soviets.
Oh. Wait, this is still connected. So it's not in circuit there.
Yeah, the 11 divisions, but I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna just cross the
Yeah,
river.
they're still connected. They will fine. There's no way that they push the tile behind the river.
Yeah,
It's already
Soviets aren't
winter.
losing a lot of divisions. Looking at their division count, it's still very close to their starting division count. They're losing a bit of their depth in the north, but I think it'll be fine once they
Yes.
reorganize. And you even see some Soviets going into Iran. What is going on? What is that? And yeah,
Pressure on all fronts, right?
yep.
Well, there's a rule break in Japan, but it's rather small. But they have 9 carriers in a fleet.
Oh no.
I will.
9
tell
I have
you
a
that.
question. Isn't there like a carrier limit that they just don't
8,
fly
yes.
after 8? So it's just bad.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. But
There's no overstaking possible.
You know what's crazy is
there are
the. What I was gonna say is it's crazy the
Leonard,
number
there are
of
some-
Marines of Japan are just getting deleted. Sorry for interrupting, but
That's
they're,
true. That's
they're
true.
losing
No
so
worries
many
at all.
Marines. They were at like 200 something. They're down to less than 200.
small update, by the way. US has 366 dockyards.
We'll fight, and they have rubber too.
Almost double.
Does UK
Yeah,
have
now they
rubber? UK's rubber issue is almost completely resolved. Why doesn't he trade more though? Trade more. Oh, they're getting
Did you already
combo
comment
rated.
on Germany getting circuit with 2 tanks?
Where?
No, we haven't.
Well,
So
but
yeah,
the next will be
Leonard,
answered
about the
with 2 tanks,
carriers,
so
there
then-
are a few vanilla mechanics that can allow you to abuse the amount of carriers and
I know
the
if you have like many different airwings.
That's one of, but there are 2 other ones that I'm not gonna talk about on stream because yeah.
No, sure.
So the rule is there to avoid that. So if people do not know how to do that, then
I'm pretty sure if you set the define right that you cannot exploit it. But after the game you can really, if there's a different way, I would like to see that. Oh, USA is building amphibious tanks. But they're far away from getting units out. Japan seems a bit contained though. Like last time,
yeah.
they
yeah.
had at some point they did a huge invasion. They just pushed India off. And they're kind of getting forward in India, but not at the speed as last game. Last game they
Just
were
one
kind of
second,
kept at
gentlemen, I'm
this
sorry.
point. And they're still pinging in Australia, and now they want to invade Sydney. Not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually that's thinking that.
I think allies are
And they
preparing
already-
to
they-
take
they
things
pushed-
back. They're planning on taking back.
Look at the south on Barb. That's the insane part.
Yeah,
They're literally getting pushed towards Romania.
and the winter offensive hasn't even started.
That is actually very dangerous for the Russians. The problem is that the Germans are fine in the center, okay? Like that's fine for Barb. They are in a good spot in the north. And if the Germans seize the moment and push and Fablau towards the south, they can cut off everything in Kiev. So
Fun fact:
I would be wary about that.
Germany is still using armored recon in the tanks. Aren't they supposed to switch to like how's it called, light tanks, light tank vehicle on Barb?
Possibly.
It's probably better,
Because
no?
they have a 1.4k deficit and 4.5k surplus of light tanks.
Yeah.
They're like 5
Back.
players on Germany or something. They should be like, really, someone should do macro. If Flowey would see this, he would fall out of the sky. I don't know if it's an English saying, falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
If you're coming to be our Germany main to save the day.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Let's see what my team says. Against Team Brazil, it should probably be fine, no offense.
Yeah. And when does winter offensive start? The winter counteroffensive?
So it's the 15th of December. Basically, Soviet have the general winter guy, the general winter national spirits, which give them acclimatization. They effectively have 20% more stats in winter than Germany.
Also, update from D-Day. USA now converted 6 divisions to these amphibious tanks. But it still looks like a while until they have actually enough units to pull off D-Day.
No one has started Barbarossa operations, by the way, the war in the east offensives. Which is
People are
Neither
lazy.
Germany? Not Germany?
No, people are lazy. People do not click the buttons. I don't know why.
Do they forget about it, or are they planning on doing it later?
Usually
they
people
can't
forget
do
about
it now. Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, France is slowly pushing into Africa. Africa
I mean,
is
Germany's stockpile of tanks actually kind of fine. What I don't like is the deficit of guns, because it means they reduce the HP on so many units, and it
That's
means they
true.
just lose more equipment.
It's not a big deal. They can delete units elsewhere. It's not really a problem. The
I
one
mean, it's a
thing
big
they
deal
need-
because they didn't even set their tanks to high prio, because otherwise the tanks would be fine just with the daily production.
One thing that is an issue is armor cars being 1.6k in deficit. They have
Yeah, that
to.
also probably means maybe it lowers their speed. Actually, I want to check that. Any tank moving? Probably not at this time. Nah, no tanks moving. The small,
it is
there
mounting
might
a
be an encirclement in the
counteroffensive.
north, a very small one, like
Yep.
next to the Finland border, to Romanian infantry.
So it is mounting the counteroffensive, slowly but surely starting to push. German air is slowly recovering, but German stockpiles are not looking too hot.
Yeah, the air game is just going in favor of Soviets is really good. He's green air zones in multiple zones and yellow in the rest. There's no red air for him.
I mean, they're getting very close, German air count and Soviet air count. 14k was 16k, 16k the Soviets.
By the way, UK just took Aswan.
They started
and,
with like a way bigger difference.
UK just took Aswan, and India's pushing back in Calcutta. So that's not looking good for Japan there, or Italy. If they can retake back Egypt, it's going to be very huge. Because that basically secures them the rest of the Middle East.
I mean, I'm not really surprised if this would be the real outcome. Because the other team is the regular team, and the Axis team might have the bigger ego or the bigger experience, but when it comes down to the mod, they're probably not that experienced. But the ego war, they definitely win that one.
The ego war.
The ego war.
The ego war.
Like, some of
you'll
these
be
people are so
surprised.
bloated.
You'll be surprised the amount of ego on this LA's team. They already think that they won the tournament.
They already
So
think they won the
Habibi,
tournament.
when we played games together, the games took 3 to 4 hours, I would say. The after game co-op took 4 to 5 maybe. Like, we literally sat there for hours after the game just to discuss stuff. So stupid if you think about it, but it's so much fun.
That
It
after
is very
game
fun
co-op,
indeed, but
Yeah, after game co-op is the best.
After game co-op is the best, but what
I
saves the
sometimes I
current
enjoy it more than the actual game. Because then you have both teams together and they just both of them are complaining and like insulting each other. It's the best. It's the best.
The problem with the
I get
current
insulted. I hate that. I go
GDU
to
is
bed.
the racial segregations. We have people from America, Brazil, Eastern Europe, Western Europe. They just all speak different languages, and there are no close-knitted communities. So usually the after post-game cope is usually the screaming in all of their languages. And when you get Poles, Ukrainians, Brazilians, Americans, Germans,
it's usually the people that can't speak English that have a problem. For example, when like on the Euros communities, everyone can speak English with like very good English, or at least good English enough to communicate. However, when there are too many Germans in one VC, they start talking German, excluding all the other people. It's very mean behavior, but it happens all the time.
That's true. That's very true.
Very mean behavior. Reminds me of a guy that I know.
Gibraltar.
Yes, what's up?
Yeah, he talks Italian all the time.
Well, I have a legit reason for it. Italians don't speak English, so whenever I'm in a channel with Italians, I either speak to other people or I speak to them. You know, the Germans don't have this issue generally.
I think we should rename Gibraltar to Gibraltar. Also, talking about Gibraltar, there are 40 American mountaineers ready for Operation Torch.
Yeah.
Interesting indeed. I wonder how that's gonna go. I think the Italian fleet could be stronger than the US fleet. I mean, it surely is stronger than the British fleet.
What?
Like,
Whoa. What is going on in the UK? Why is there a bunch of American tiles in UK?
America has launched Sea Lion.
No,
It's
so
actually for planning bonus. It's kind of
is
stupid.
basically legacy modding the old states when you couldn't get planning on the tiles. You needed to stack the planning against someone else's territories. So this is the legacy modding that we have.
But nowadays, with proper modding, you could just get a planning bonus of a naval invasion.
Yeah, we have it in
Frankly,
GDU, but we now remove this legacy thing. It's just to remember, honor the old people, the veterans who modded, played, and got the GDU to the glory.
Because Habibi, it was
it's
normal.
a monument to legacy.
Yeah, because it was normal to torch, right? Like invade North Africa, and then keep some tiles so you could naval invade from Casablanca to D-Day. Because of the planning bonus, it was like, how much is it? 80% planning or something on DVP?
Yeah.
So it was like super worth it to invade D-Day from there. And since that is super stupid, they added these tiles there.
Ah, okay.
I think many mods did that.
Well, I was gonna say
instead of fixing the problem with the planning bonus, right?
I was gonna say, look at the losses of Barb. The losses of Barb is
super low, super low for the Soviets. Only 5 million.
Yeah, and not only that, look at the tank losses: 20,000 to 30,000.
Also super low for the Soviets. That's very bad Barb for the Axis.
Very bad Barb, yeah. It doesn't show the air losses though in that screen, huh?
Honestly, I wonder. I think we already discussed this. In winter, wouldn't it be smart to change your army? Are 20% allowed?
No, winter was not allowed.
And there's no supply being built by the Germans, by the way. No supply being built. No one's building supply.
But I know that we said that it's best to move your tanks away from the front line in winter.
Yep, that's true.
And that only works with infantry and air.
Yeah, the Germany didn't build the supplies. They are struggling in the north, but their north is already collapsing, so there is not too much they can do. It really doesn't look too good for them. Soviet is getting constant stream on air land leases. They're air surviving at yellow/green. So once Soviets get rid of their debuffs, Red Army Resurgent in the end of this year, they will be in a very good position. But considering how the front is currently going and the amount of I see the Soviets wielding, the game might end in before that, because Soviet can literally battle plan Germany right now, I would say.
I mean, the biggest issue for Germany is they're not building up stockpiles for
Japan naval invasions in Bombay. Yep. Japan naval invasions in Bombay.
Again,
yes.
No, they have not been there.
They haven't been there.
Torch. Torch has started.
I mean, they're
That's
only
good.
landing on one tile, so it could be super dangerous for them.
Yeah. Torch has now begun, and now you have 40 divisions and 6 tanks, 40 mountaineers, 6 tanks, gonna be going through North Africa. And yeah, they're losing Bombay now, but no, they're holding. They're holding. Bombay's holding for now. The Marines are bouncing a little bit, but they could get reinforced memed here. No, they're holding. They're holding.
The X is also losing
9
ground in
Bulgarian
Africa.
tanks in
With the
Torch.
torch and at the same time getting pushed in Aswan, they lost Luxor.
9 Bulgarian tanks
Tanks
in
in
Torch.
Torch.
Yeah, Italy's
Yes.
probably asking for
Bulgaria
help because he's
abandoned
slowly
Barb.
losing. He's slowly losing Africa, dude. And yeah,
Yep.
Barb is looking very bad for the Axis. They're ready in the south. They're going to Polish lands. They're very
Guys.
close to Polish lands already.
Iraq has been invaded by Russia.
Yeah, he's
Well,
been pushing through
guys.
Iran for a while now.
Italy has 5k idle tanks in stockpile.
He has no
What?
fuel.
Yes, but he could lend lease 4k to Germany and save them.
He's
True.
actually very close to zero fuel.
Yeah, zero fuel.
I
Italy
mean,
has 5K.
Germany has 4K tanks in
Oh, which
stockpile as
becomes
well.
relevant when they want to
Italy
engage
has
the Navy.
4k in stockpile. Germany as well.
By the way, the UK
Yeah.
rubber issue just got solved, so there's Japan's game impact is over.
What Japan can do is either land in the US or kill Australia and India and then attack the Soviets. But I think landing in the US is bigger.
He's losing Australia, by the way. Australia, he's getting completely pushed back in the in Queensland.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
not gonna work.
yeah. This Japan is just
They
all over
could-
the place, man. Why doesn't he just focus on
Yeah.
getting some objectives, one objective at a time?
I mean, it doesn't cost much to be everywhere. I mean, he should just focus on a way to have game impact, but not necessarily abandon other stuff. I think if he kills India, he can go for Africa, and then that would influence the Allies' ability to invade Italy and by extension Normandy.
I mean, Italy.
But they also have to get a Y.
I mean, India is really far from capitulation. The nation that's really close to capitulation is Australia. But there's no offensive on Australia. Like, I think he could have killed, if he just focused Australia day one, I think he could have killed him. Just hold,
It
like,
looks like
mountains.
it.
But
But the problem is
You basically must.
Brisbane. Look at Brisbane. You see all those mountains. You see all. You cannot push those. You
I'm-
cannot land in them. That's the problem.
Basically need
Also-
to focus one of the miners anyways. If you're
I
trying to
have
put-
a rule question, yeah? Can
tell
you
me.
build airfields in impassable terrain? That's kind
Where?
of the reason I think they're still holding Australia, because they have an airfield in central Australia.
So that airfield in Central Australia gets flipped if they take Townsville or if they take Perth and Adelaide.
and that's what they're going to
So,
try
yes.
to do. Japan is now naval invaded planning for Perth.
So
Really?
Yeah.
if Japan takes all the regions that gets flipped to Japan, so it would actually be more beneficial for Japan to own those states.
Also, Japan almost out of convoys. He keeps going down in convoys, keeps going down in marines. He's trying to
I
have
mean, he
game
probably
impact.
has so many dockyards that he could just, if he swaps his production, then he can easily fix that issue.
True.
But at the same time, he needs to still build good ships. I was about to say they had a naval engagement, but they didn't. I just looked at something different.
It's interesting to say that this game is way more meta than we've seen so far, but there is a
Wait,
bit
I
of
think they actually had a naval engagement with the Soviet, with the USA. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Because
Where?
a lot of USA carriers killed stuff.
It's happening.
It's still happening? No.
Well, the
Nothing
Western
ever happens.
Mediterranean is in the hands
No,
of
they need to have a
America.
naval engagement.
I think Japan has lost their starting navy, no?
No,
No,
they didn't.
it's still
No.
there,
Their main navy killed ships. Like if you go on the carriers,
and they still have 9 carriers, by the way.
they killed battleships and carriers.
I would say they killed the early navy then.
It could be,
Yeah.
yeah, because it'll only be once.
I'm just saying, Japan still is rule breaking. So in case
What,
we
What
what's
are
the
they
rule
doing?
breaking? Does he have a
9
41
carriers,
before?
9
Oh god,
carriers.
let me tell them.
One has no planes? No, never mind. It was USA.
Yeah. And now we're gonna have the second summer offensive of Germany, right? Did they even have
Blau.
juice?
Yeah.
Do they even have juice for this?
Who, the Germans?
The
I don't think
Germans.
What do you mean? Do they have juice? That sounds very wrong.
Do they have the juice? Do they have the fuel? Like the not literal fuel.
Okay.
But in terms
Like
of fuel, it
apple
says they have
juice you were
30 days
talking
left.
about. You meant
Probably
apple
do.
juice and food juice.
Yeah, like you know,
Yeah.
like energy. Do they have the
Okay.
power?
Yeah.
Do they have the energy
It
and
sounded
power?
different. It
Oh.
sounded more
Yeah,
like
they
Eastworld.
have power, they have
yeah.
power.
No, not like that. Not like
And
that.
then if they get into context with
Not like
Germany,
that.
yeah?
That's not what I meant at all.
A little bit sus.
Yeah. I mean, fuel is not really an issue in the mods.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, now that the rubber issue is completely fixed, they're back to producing airplanes, and that's really bad for the Axis because they're already losing the air war. It seems in Barbarossa.
It was 14 versus 16, and now it's 13.5 versus 15. So, I guess Germany is still doing fine on that front. They're even.
Yeah.
And also UK has another 5k planes, and Japan, I think last time I checked, no, it actually has good plane count. The Axis combined with Asia have more planes than the Allies.
By the way, Japan is getting encircled in India. He's gonna lose 7 divisions here. Another 7 divisions lost. He's trying to get out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. There's tanks
It's just
rolling
the front
in.
line. They're not
infantry,
doing
going-
anything against that.
Yeah, they're not doing anything, and they lost Dhaka already, so they're losing their foothold in India. India's out of the question now. I think they're trying another naval invasion from Ceylon, but again, no divisions are assigned to it. It's the same thing for the one for Perth. There's no divisions assigned to it. Same thing for Wake and Guam. They have the naval invasions, but they
It's
have
probably-
nothing assigned.
One corps decided that this is a great idea, and the others were like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Japan is getting encircled and murdered in Bengal. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
really
Japan messed up. Japan messed up big time. So if you see, the last time I checked, they were still producing medium ones. They recently swapped the line because you can see that the production efficiency is still really bad on that. They are not using
Big encirclement
paratroopers.
on Bab. And this was a temporary one, but they might still get it. In the center.
Oh, there's tanks there. Oh, that's 2 tanks
Two
gone.
tanks?
2 tanks.
Good.
But they still might reconnect this.
They're trying.
I
They're
don't
actually gonna
think
get it.
so.
There's there's tanks.
But they also
trying
get
to
the next 2
support.
tiles.
There's tanks trying to
So if
support.
the tanks do like a quick one. Nope, they got retweeted in time. So I would say
big
the German
encirclement
tanks,
in Russia.
Yeah.
It's not going well.
Gerbaldo has
2
brain
German tanks
delay a
down.
bit.
It's a infantry. Yeah, I was about to say, are you watching with delay or something?
We mentioned that like a minute
Well,
ago.
I don't think that Germany has any chances in this game anymore.
Yep.
I mean, Japan is not doing that
well,
well.
as a commentator, you always have to be positive.
Yeah, no, there's
Unless-
still a big game in front of us, guys. Huge.
Yeah, they could build the rocket silos, right? And then win.
Yes.
No,
Well,
he,
it's-
unironically, Wunderwaffe is the thing. He can go Panthers,
right.
Total War, and Me 262. That's big in the mod. In 43, he can try a comeback.
I mean, he switched half of his, not half, but he made a new line and put the Panthers on that, and they still, like, with 150, but still building the Panthers.
Look at the German equipment, though. Just look at it, the German equipment. Minus 7,000 guns, minus 4,000 anti-tank, minus 1.7
Yeah, but-
light tank,
Yeah,
minus
as I said,
2,000.
the issue they did
medium
is,
tank.
in winter, I would say it's probably
Oh, no.
not the best way modded, but what you have to do is you have to put away your tanks from the front line and make your infantry cheap. And for that you need like an excess of infantry equipment. Because in winter the stats go down so much that only air matters.
And
That's
look,
true.
look at the
Or you
Soviet
can kill
equipment.
enough-
200,000 infantry equipment, by the way.
Yep. Soviet is doing great.
Yeah.
Soviet is doing
And they
well.
gave away factories.
Uh,
How many factories they give away? 30 factories?
Pretty
Hmm?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is-
something around
it's
that.
normal.
Yeah.
How do you give away victories? What do you mean?
They
Well,
gave
there
away
are
for
factories in front of Southern Line.
Ah, to Germany you mean?
yeah, allies had to give away factories because of the issues that they caused.
Oh yeah, that was for Japan. Those factories are.
Oh yeah, you with the cheating.
Oh yeah, so Japan has 25 extra mills and there is still no impact. Oof.
Yeah, and not only that, they have no supply. They're falling back. They're falling back to the Burma mountain line. Completely fallen back, completely crumbled. India's now completely out of the question. What is Japan going to do? And he's actually losing naval tiles. He no longer has naval superiority in Philippine
still
Sea,
funny.
South China Sea, in the Celebes Sea, and the
How's-
Strait of
like-
Malacca.
1.5 years into the war, he still doesn't figure out that he should not use Marines on the India front line.
Soviets breaking Germany around Kiev area.
Yeah. This could be really bad. They're only three
This
tiles
is
away
an
from
upper bracket
Romania.
game, right?
It's a what game?
This is upper bracket, right? Like
Upper bracket, yes.
they
This is
still-
upper bracket game.
Okay.
So both teams, even
So
if
basically,
Axis lose, they can regroup and fight through the lower bracket. You do play more games in the lower bracket, so they will get more practice. Maybe they'll learn something from this game, or maybe they will completely crumble as a team and hate each other.
But looking at this Axis, I think they deserve the lower bracket. No offense.
That's mean. The boys were trying.
I
At
said
least
no
they were-
offense.
They were making at least the meta builds, which again they haven't played badly. It's just because they played against a team that has been playing together for a long time. Like the regulars have been playing together for around a year.
But if
and
they
they
play
are-
together for a long time, doesn't it mean that they hate each other?
Yeah, actually, I was
Eh?
about to say playing together for a long time might make them hate each other more. It might have the opposite effect. You know, when you know someone longer, you're less likely to hold your words, I feel like. That's how I feel.
You do get to understand the the positive aspects of each teammate.
Yeah.
Guess.
I
would be
mean,
a nice
and
way
you
of
get to
saying that.
understand that some people don't have positive aspects.
Yeah, that. Mine was the nice way of putting it.
You also know the negative aspects. And Italy getting encircled. Oh, wait, what just happened? Wait. Something weird just happened. The Americans were about to encircle, and then their divisions just got deleted. Strength deleted?
Oh, it's called the retreat bug. It's called retreat bug.
Oh, okay. But I just saw helmets
So
go down for
basically,
America.
unit is there, like it thinks it's encircled, and then it gets deogged, and it dies.
Yeah, that's what happened. Two tank divisions for America just died in Africa that way.
Well, if I would be them, I would complain.
Guys.
Because it's very, very likely that the enemy caused it like somewhat intentional. Like you can make it happen, and usually
I got pulled out for a different game, but look at this invasion in Algiers.
Yeah.
Look that good IQ play by
Yeah,
UK.
Italy might get destroyed there.
Yeah.
Italy is getting destroyed there.
There's no hope. There's actually no hope here.
It's Jover.
It's Jover in Africa is what Gerbaldo meant to say. It's
Well-
not completely over yet. Germany will do the Wonder Waffle.
Yes.
Wonder Waffle.
Wait.
He's
They
not
got a
doing any
tank there.
focus, never
We're so
mind.
back. We're so back. He got a tank. No, it got the orc.
It's over. It's
They're
over.
dying too fast. They're moving 2 tanks
So-
from the south, but I feel like they're just risking 2 more tanks to die here, because the others
Yeah.
have too many tanks here, and also
Yeah.
red air. And red air is a big thing in GDU.
Yeah.
Like contested air is fine, but the moment you have red, it's don't go there. It's a
Your
traffic
Kaz
light.
dies pretty much instantly, and
Italian
are in a
Africa
very
is
bad
not
shape.
looking good.
And what do we say if the traffic light is red? Don't go.
Red Walker, Dead Walker.
Okay.
That's a German saying, right?
Yeah, we have
Someone told me that's a German saying.
I actually don't know what it's saying right now. Doesn't come to my mind.
I'll be back in a second.
And Japan has canceled all of his naval invasions, by the way. The only one he still has is for Perth. But there, again, nothing assigned. Nothing assigned for Perth. There's one guy defending Perth, by the way. And this airfield, this airbase in Central Australia, if he gets Perth, would go into the hands of the Japanese.
Yeah, I feel like that will be the deciding moment that allows them to push Queensland.
Yeah, because Japan needs to
By the
regroup
way,
here and do something, because he's just
Talking
losing
about
ground.
the ports, they are built for supply. Look at the Queensland North. How many ports they spammed there.
In the north?
Yeah, and also Australia reinvaded Papua, so now the Japan route there is cut off. They can just move across now, and they're doing that.
Yeah. They abandoned it. Japan is basically, they got their divisions there. Oh my god, look at all the ports. I now see them. They're in here, but you know, their airfield is moments away from being taken. There's an Australian guy, he's swimming. You know, swimming here takes a while. He's gonna take 7 days to do that swim. How does he swim for 7 days straight? I don't know. Australians are built different.
Just
I think
keep
they use boats.
swimming. Just keep swimming.
What's that?
They're using boats. Why does it take 7 days?
It's a big distance.
Well, they're using rowing boats. Yeah.
They're rowing for
They have
7
and they have tanks on them.
But they're of course, you know, the classic pirate wooden rowing boats.
Yeah. No, they
I'm
have.
very
They actually
surprised
have
that
Moses
Germany
in the
hasn't
army.
collapsed yet.
They have
I'm actually
Moses in the army.
surprised
It's
that
parting
Germany
the
is getting
sea.
traded down on Barb.
Germany is getting traded out on Barb because Soviet is getting a steady stream of UK lend-lease.
But Germany's also like 200 on planes.
Generalist, thank you for the raid. 28
mean-
people.
It's 11,000 planes on Germany. Sorry,
I
fighters
see
on
that
Germany,
the UK
12,000
land is
on Russia.
2,600 Spitfires.
Yeah, he's just sending all of his air to the Russians. You know.
And still he has a decent air force.
40%
can
of
see
the
them.
Russian Air Force is British Spitfires. I mean, probably a bit more than that, like 45%.
Yeah, that's normal. I would call this. It's a bit low. Usually it's more.
Let me fact check this, and it's true. It's
Usually
probably
there are
because
more
the Soviet
Spitfires.
planes are dying way faster than the
Yeah.
Allied
That's
planes.
Could
true.
be.
It's because so basically in the calculations of agility, the higher the agility of the plane, it dies a lot less. So
Oh.
if game
I
decides
mean, there's
that
basically no agility difference. It's 2, and the Soviets have more.
it doesn't matter if game
That's not
sees
the
that
argument.
there are if game sees that there are 10 fighters died and there is an agility difference, it will prioritize taking the fighters with less agility from the stockpiles.
But the Soviets have more agility.
Shouldn't be.
By the
Spitfires
way,
should have more agility.
Japan
Wrong.
is 6 days away from losing his Northern Australia air base. And he's not
It's
even he's
so
not even
over.
stopping them. He could. It's 7 days. Can't he just like strategically redeploy and be there on time?
Yes, they can. But
I feel like
you know,
What
Japan
is
mentally
Japan
gave up.
doing? What is Japan doing? Like, what is actually
Oh,
Japan,
Japan
players
just
doing?
they're about to encircle Townsville.
So
This push will
Habibi,
stop the moment they lose the air.
Habibi,
Yeah.
we have a thing which is called
There we go, air's
GDU
over.
Shizu table. And
It's
in
over.
this Shizu table, I rank the people on how good they are. Like, if this was a regular game, I would take away Japanese morale points. I think they mentally gave up. I agree
Yeah.
with Leonard.
Yeah. And you can see now the air is gone. It's complete red air for Japan, green air for the Australians, and the Australians are just pushing. They're pushing hard. And those are encircled divisions. They got a bajillion ports, but you know, that one Australian division there is sitting like a Giga Chad. It really now it's just gonna be the barb. How fast can they barb? Is the D-Day prepared? There's nothing in the UK. They're just
No.
focusing torch.
Nothing in the day. They're focusing on
UK
the
no,
torch.
they had like they actually moved everything to torch.
I mean, why not? The torch seems to be a way to go. Italy is failing. Romania is failing there. Canada is pushing
Like,
hard.
they're doing great progress there.
Yep.
You know what would be funny? If Axis does come back here.
That
I
would
mean,
be
they
funny,
can.
feel
They're
but
like-
getting
I feel like they get a lot of output, so they could actually just stabilize this. But what needs to happen is that Japan needs to wake up.
Yeah.
Japan needs to do something. Anything.
yeah, they need to do something. But
So, by design, a good Japan will kill either Raj or Australia in 15 months. That's what the mod is aiming to. If the Japan player is good and the Raj and Australia players are decent.
yeah,
And the fact that Japan is in this situation is usually mean that they can't do anything. Because right now, their fleet should already be weaker than the USA Navy. Correct me if I'm wrong, Leonard, because I think you can see the ICs, right?
Yeah.
I would say that the US fleet right now kills the Japanese Navy.
and the
USA,
encirclement
Japan,
of
England, Italy.
the encirclement of Tunisia is
Okay,
completed. Tunisia is now completely encircled. They do still have ports, so they can get out. But now,
Now,
That is some
look at the
bad
USA.
skating.
USA is already invading the mainland Italy.
Oh.
They're ready to go in.
Oh.
To the rock. To
And
the
then
rock.
is that naval
shore,
battle?
in the war.
The British
not
fleet's
there.
here too.
The fall of Rome.
I have to refresh the page.
The second fall of Rome, don't forget.
The second fall of Rome. The second coming of Christ. The second fall of Rome.
It's actually huge because they have no garrisons there.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is not looking good. Someone needs to come help quickly.
Yeah, well, I do try
The
to
Italian Navy is in the Tyrrhenian Sea. They're trying to catch the other navy.
So Japan still has like way more rocket output. They have 1.4 million. USA is struggling with 950k. So there, it's like a 44 thing when they catch
Okay,
up.
Bulgarians are here trying to do damage
Like
control.
Italy has a stronger navy. I'm looking effective opponent. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
If Italy actually converts
Okay, I think
properly,
all
then
USA has more
over.
navy I see in Japan.
But doesn't this mean that he can do
Didn't make sense,
Totalitenkrieg?
Yeah, he will get it right now.
Yeah.
US is moving
He already
I just got
it. He
the
already
news
got it.
event.
He has Speer.
US is moving the fleet in the Mediterranean, but if the UK engages before it's gonna be over,
Sure.
they're gonna get raided. Yeah, they're already losing. They're losing the ports very fast.
Yeah. The Bulgarians doing damage control is really good. They came and saved the
Yeah.
day.
The Allied tanks next to Tunis look a bit dangerous there. Like Canada might lose 2 tanks because it takes them 10
Seems like
days.
they do not
It
have any
moves them
supply
10 days
there.
to move and 2 days for them, and then they might overrun. No. I really
Yeah.
pray for the Italy here. He needs these casualties. I feel like he will get infinitely pinned
Yeah.
one day.
Mm,
And now he's pinning the enemy. That is bad because it makes him retreat faster. Oh, he got
Yep.
this too.
there you go,
Small
the tank.
victory. I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
He needs it.
He needs it. That is like a little morale boost for Italy. I just killed some American tanks, guys.
Hey,
Japan player is still
Gentlemen, I'll
seething
be
though.
back in 5 minutes. Sorry.
Like it's completely fine to get pushed back, but if you can still make encirclements, that means you're still in the game.
Yeah.
And
Deleting
I
stuff
think
is
that
huge.
makes mod special that if you are losing, that you can still make moves. Some of the
Yeah.
mods are just like, oh, you're losing. That means now you're just basically getting better plan. There's no way for you to recover.
Yeah. And these look like dead Marines for America. They're trying right now. They just took Milan, but they're so spread out and there's nothing defending the ports. There's Italians trying to push. America's pinning them to try to keep them off Genoa. But once Genoa is gone, there's no ports for the Americans. So the American naval invasion will be over. The capitulation process wasn't enough to click Totalitenkrieg because he needs Italy to be more than 65% surrender progress. But
The bar progress is very can Germany recover from this? Because usually Soviet gets buffed the longer the game takes,
yeah.
which means it becomes more unlikely for them to
And it's not like TFB where they only get the buffs if they are a certain surrender progress, right?
Yeah, but actually that was kind of changed. Because Golden actually perfected the matter of waiting Germany to basically wait until 43. The others can't do anything because, you know, you have all your tanks on D-Day and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you kill Soviet. Because then you outscale them.
Ah, okay.
But no, USA got encircled everything. They have no port left.
Yeah, that's 11 Marines. 12 Marines.
Bulgaria
Then.
MVP, literally.
Yeah, Bulgaria is still trying to win this game. He's like still trying to win this game, like actively.
And now if they kill this off here in Italy, they could move these tanks over to Tunis. I don't know how the navy situation is. Probably not that good because of.
Do they move to Tunis?
Oh, actually,
they have to move to Romania.
No, there's one thing you forget. In this mod, there's a strait between Sicily and Tunis, so Italy can safely move units through the central Med tile.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a strait.
to the
Okay, they have Moses in their army.
So they could move the Bulgarian tanks once they finish out this Italy, and then push back USA here on Engabes.
But don't they need to go help Romania? Romania is about to capitulate.
Are they?
Yes,
There's no
once
units there left.
yeah, they rushed to
Did
Bucharest.
Germany actually retreat here?
Yes,
Germany retreated.
Germany is full
Out of,
retreating. He's going for a
Romania.
Polish line. But wait, what about
But this
Romania?
means they lose their oil. They can't do that. They get 36,000 fuel from basically from Mutania only,
It can't do that.
and only
to me.
1.6k from refineries. Not historical, by the way. But I don't want to.
But they can click Totillant and Krieg. They can click it soon.
They already have it.
They already have it.
Yeah, they have Totem and they have Speer.
Oh, it's just not clicked. Okay.
But them losing Romania is basically makes it GG. Sorry to say this, but because they will not have fuel. I don't know how long their fuel reserves will last. They have 5 million, so they should be fine for a year or half a year. This Italy thing doesn't look good.
Yeah. And they're struggling right now to kill the Americans in Bulgaria. What is going on there?
No, they will. Then once it
Oh, it's because
like,
it's a
they have
mountain
to-
tile with
People
tanks.
have to engineer encirclements. You have to push them into one tile, because then they stop reorging. Then you can just keep them on battle, pin them when they lose the battle, they die. But if
Genoa's open, by the
constantly-
way.
They will probably walk out because Italy is most likely focused on Africa.
Yeah. Tunis. It's because they're doing a big push in
I
Tunis.
feel
Huge
like
push.
They decided that Romania is more important,
Yeah.
and it is.
It
And now
is,
they
yeah.
kept. It means Romania lost all the divisions.
Yeah. Romania's
They have
capped,
one
guys.
division left.
Okay, so now they're
And
doing the
also they stopped
focus.
by
Now
one.
they're doing the focus. Totaler Krieg. They're doing the actual focus. And
But
then
there's another focus?
yeah,
Okay, what does it do?
it gives them war support, bitter loser, triumphant will,
P gain. Core defense.
core
Core on
defense.
Kassel. Do they not? Kassel is a German thing, no?
They get a core on it.
Why did they get a core on Kassel that they already have a core on?
I think the Allies, they just built this strategy to Omega buff Soviets. That was like their play from the beginning. That's why they have 7 Soviet players, which is like 1 over the recommended from the mod maker. And they're just trying now for a desperate hold, but there's no depth for the Germans here in the
Now
south.
Germany has fuel left for 250 days.
What do they
and then
even do in
it's
this
over.
situation? They're not even building synthetic fuel.
No, like I don't think it's a thing.
It's not a thing.
If you look at their synthetic fuel production, it's basically nothing. Actually, every upgrade gives plus 50%.
Yeah.
So with 4 of them, it would be
Ooh.
2 times the value.
Bulgaria
which is
capping
nothing.
will be huge. Sofia's open. Sofia's open. The tanks are trying to rush there. There's a tank rush for Sofia. Who's going to get there first? It's the Bulgarians, but they're losing because they're going 1 tank at a time. 9 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours. They're pushing. Sofia's down. Sofia's down.
Okay, so Bulgaria went
Bulgaria-
back to save himself, not to save Romania.
Yeah, Bulgaria is about to cap. 2 more VPs and it's over. Pirot is open.
Plovdiv
Plovdiv.
and Sofia should be enough.
Yeah.
Depending on how much the stuff here has. Actually, the stuff in Macedonia has a lot of victory points.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a question of time when they cap.
Yeah. There's no
You
no
don't have
one's
to be
coming
genius
helping
to figure
them.
that out.
Look where Germany's
No.
defensive line is. It's in Croatia. Okay, they can now
They
do more
actually started
focuses.
disconnecting on the axis. See, this is the spirit that people have.
Yeah.
They don't fight till the end. And I expect from my team that even if it's going bad, I expect them to fight till the end.
4 players disconnected on the Axis side. I think this
You
is gonna
give
about
up
to
as
be
a
called.
team, not one by one.
Yeah. Oh man. They're just chain disconnecting now.
Like they should get some experience for the loser bracket game.
Yeah. I don't know, but
They
like
need
I
it.
think people are
They definitely need
it's more common for people to mentally boom than to be like, oh yeah, like we're gaining experience. We're in the lower bracket. We could do it. It's more like we lost.
Yeah.
We lost 1 game. It's over. That's
It's over,
my
let's just
experience
start it.
with
Let's just get- let's- yeah,
HOI4
let's leave.
players. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weak mental. I would say it's. I mean, obviously the Soviets did super well on their own, right?
Yeah.
But they also got nannies by the UK.
And the USA.
And I feel like if Japan would have been a bit more active, then they couldn't have diverted not that much SC to the Soviets.
I mean, all that Japan had to do was
Because the
focus.
Soviet Air
He was
Force-
needed to focus.
Yeah, the Soviet Air Force is 50% allies, and if they wouldn't have done that, then they would have lost it against Germany, the Air Force, and then Red Air, and then the map would probably look different.
Oh my. Romanians getting encircled. 200 divisions getting encircled. What? No, not 200. 60 divisions getting encircled. No, another tank dead.
I don't really like
Another-
that the
another
capitals
guy
of countries
disconnected.
are written in capital letters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players disconnected.
And
Bulgaria
Bulgaria as well.
capitulated. Only 6 players left on the Axis side. That's literally half the amount of hands as the Allies. Japan's still trying here.
And they had half the amount of hands to begin with, right?
Yeah. They lost a hand right in the beginning. It was like 11 versus 12 right from the beginning.
You know, when with speed 5 and doing casting, you always had to be positive. You couldn't insult people. It's much easier if you're free in your speed.
Yeah,
And
you
can
know,
shit on people.
there's like a
That's
lot
the
of rules
fun
with
part
Speed
about
5. Yeah, they had a lot of rules.
Yeah.
No self-promo, a lot of other things. But
Yeah.
but you know, you're getting paid.
Subscribe
so it
to
makes sense.
Leonard.
Yeah,
Give me your
subscribe.
money.
Subscribe to us, guys. Subscribe.
And
to me and
Habibi has a
Leonard.
YouTube channel, I think. If he still has that.
Yeah, I do. A very good one. Very good content on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like Axis has fallen while I was AFK.
The West has fallen.
The West is falling.
Actually, the East has fallen. The West is
Hold
still
it again.
standing.
Absolute Habibi.
Yeah, I'm shouting out to you.
It's still only doing EO4 stuff. Week.
No, I
There's
have
only one
other
game
stuff.
and it's Hudson Island.
Wait, why didn't that work?
But it's also Vicky.
Vicky, there's a couple HOI4 games in there.
Well, how many years ago?
Not years, months ago.
Absolute Habibi
Hey,
is linked
gentlemen,
to South
give me
cover
one
music video.
second. Let me see if CMOPS is streaming.
And we raid him. He
Yep,
is streaming.
to rate him.
Okay, yeah, because I gotta go.
Shall we?
Yep. All right, guys. That's it. It's GG. Give it like a minute here because we have the delay. It's GG. The Allies ended up winning. Here's your points, guys. There's no way the Axis get out of this situation. Axis players are winning. And it's actually, people predicted 84% the Axis was going to win on my chat. Wow, 84%. Well, that's big point victory for Ally predictors in my chat. I'm going to raid CMOPs,
people-
guys.
People
still casting another game.
seems to always favor the Axis.
People do always seem to favor Axis.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, it's
also
'cause,
people
you-
like to. Do you prefer to play it?
It's
It's
I
more
think
fun
it's
to
from
play,
my
you-
experience, Axis is more fun to play. You
It
can
is.
say what you want, but
It
it's
is.
in
But that's
every
true.
single mod. Sometimes Axis is like weak or something, but it's still more fun to play, even if you have a higher chance of losing. It's because you're the one deciding when to attack and stuff. And also, I like playing Fortress Europe. Like, you know, when you have to defend Europe against invasions and Italy and Barb, and like, it's just the best. It's not the moment when you expand. It's the moment when you have to hold the line. That's what I like.
I
the
think
most.
also people Axis favor because I put the predictions right as the war started, and when the war starts, it looks like Axis are winning so hard. By the way, Australians naval invading with 50 units at a time.
Wait. When was... Which war? The Barb?
No,
Where are they
I
invading?
started it with France. That's usually when I start the prediction.
I
You know,
see.
you have a lot of viewers. War's about to start. Best time to do
Makes sense,
prediction.
makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
closing the
believe in
lobby.
gamble. It's haram.
Thank you very much. And I will see you next week.
Yep.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Actually, I still will look at SCBS for a second.
Of course. Oh, if you have a moment, Habibi and Leonard, the new games for next weekend will be tomorrow. Sorry, will be live this evening. So please decide what do you want to cast. Okay?
Okay. I won't be able
Wait,
to
the
cast
games for
Sunday
next week
next
are
week.
this weekend.
I'll
It's
try
fine.
to see if
You
I can cast
whatever
Saturday,
you-
but I
whatever
definitely
you
can
want.
cast Friday this time.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Bye,
I'm gonna
guys.